Good morning, Vietnam. Hoya. What's up, YouTube? How we doing? It is your boy, Trades. We're back again for another live stream. This is episode number 55 of the Treyders podcast, the 55th live stream that we have done here today. Hope that you guys are all chilling, cooking with Crisco. It is good to be here with all of you freaking silly chickens. Oh, man. I love doing these live streams. I love connecting with the community, and I love talking AMC stock, baby. Drop some freaking gorillas in the chat. Let's welcome all the new people here who are rocking with the Gorilla Gang. It's great to have you all. We've got quite a bit to talk about. So, man, there's been quite a lot of stuff that's been going on, huh? we've got a lot going on. But we're gonna start off here with this massive sell-off that we saw. And I want to show you the freaking SPY. So we're gonna start off here with the SPY, and we saw some pretty major sell-off happen over the period of this previous a couple hours. So we saw some really nasty volatility. It tried bouncing, couldn't quite get it, and we broke out of this channel right here, right? And if you look at the SPY compared to AMC, we're going to come back to AMC here in just a sec. You can see that it's pretty similar, right? You saw a sell-off immediately at market open, lasted all the way up until about 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time, and then you see this upward moving channel. You got an ascending level of support, ascending level of resistance, broke that level of resistance, and now it is now on a new upward moving channel, which you're establishing a new ascending level of support and a new ascending level of resistance. The SPY also have the 15 MA trading over the 200 EMA. You are trading over the VWAP, the volume weighted average price, which is a good thing, right? And this very, very closely mirrors what is happening with AMC Entertainment. So, you look at AMC, immediately a market open, sells off hard, bounces, and now it's consolidating here a little bit, trading sideways between this consolidation zone between about $8.75 and the volume weighted average price, which is sitting at about $8.90 as it sits right now. Volume on the day looking like about 34 million here so far, which is actually not too bad. This is, I think, higher than we've seen here in some previous days. 34 million here so far today, and then we saw 28 million the day before, 33 million, 28 million, and 43 million. And we were about halfway through the regular market hours, so really honestly not sitting too bad in terms of volume. And I gotta be honest with you guys, we kind of predicted this would happen. So I'm not sure if you guys were able to catch the video, but I did put out a video stating that I thought that the stock was going to bounce off of the level somewhere between $8.75 and $9. It ended up coming down to about $8.50, so I was off by a little bit. But we did guess that this was going to sell off and test again that level of support, and that would have been, let's see if I can find the video here really quick. This right here, AMC shares on loan up to about 127 million. That was 4 days ago. And we actually predicted that this was going to end up happening. So if you were prepared for red, right, it gives you the opportunity to mentally stabilize yourself so that you're not freaking out at the first sign of weakness in a stock, right? Red days happen, green days happen. And if you look at the grand scheme of things, we're honestly really not sitting that bad. So what do we have here? You've got this level of support sitting right here at about $8.80 or so, which is right where we're hovering. We got a candle wick to touch right underneath that on the daily candle here so far. And you've got this level of resistance sitting on the grand scheme of things at about $10.50. Now, if we get a break over $10.50, it should get a pretty freaking hard move. So that would be, I'm telling you, I feel pretty decent about where this is sitting right now. So god dang it, the glasses. You guys always smoke me on that. I forgot. Give me one sec. Well, I don't know where the heck they are. They're not on my face this time. I'll tell you that. I always do this. Oh, here we go. All right. But that's where we're sitting right now, right? So we're really not sitting that bad. I'm telling you, this is not a crash. This is not that bad of a day. We're down about 7% right now and are getting a pretty decent bounce here on AMC, trading sideways, volume starting to pop back here a little bit. But honestly, I'm not even that upset. I'm not upset in the least bit about where we're at right now. You can't take these day-to-day minor fluctuations as a sign that the end of the world is near. So I feel completely content with where we're at, and I think that you guys will all be all right too, my friends and family. So we're gonna look at some different numbers here as well, and I've got some different theories that I kind of want to talk about in regards to what might be going on with AMC stock. So I'm gonna read through a couple of these super chats, read through the chat bar. Good to have you all here. Appreciate it immensely. Those aren't Army issued. Oh, man. I know it's bad. Please provide us some comfort. So many of us are panicking. Will this squeeze in? What's the short utilization? What's happening? So we can take a peeky weeky at the short utilization here really quick. So let me pop over here to AMC Entertainment Holdings, and we can just take a quick look at what this is looking like. It's actually pretty decently high. You're looking at about 96% utilization, and the short interest change today is 2.79% up. So you've borrowed out another 4 million total shares. You've returned about 661,000 total shares, right? I mean, when you look at this in the grand scheme of things, the reason it's going down is because it's being shorted. It's really that freaking simple. And I wish that there was another answer, but that's just it. It's just being shorted. Every single day the shares on loans have been increasing, right? We're at 131 million now, which is a change of 10.95%. The short percentage free float on loan, 31%. And the estimated short interest is sitting at 19.75, not including ETFs, not including puts, not including naked shorting, right? So you've got this number increasing on a steady basis. And honestly, this is something that I find very fascinating. The days to cover is actually starting to go up here a little bit. We're sitting at 0.75, which is a 10% increase over 7 days ago. Now, this usually indicates that it's more difficult for shorts to cover positions profitably. So I'm pretty happy to see that, right? The higher this days to cover number continues to climb, the more likely you are going to see that squeeze happen, right? So if we look back all the way here, there was a point in time in which this was so heavily shorted and it was so difficult for them to come out profitably. The days to cover was at 3.8, 3.7. I mean, it's been as high as 4, right? And the reasoning for this is because how much lower can you drive a stock down beyond $2, right? It's very, very difficult for them to drive the stock price down lower than $2. Especially on low volume, right? So we really want that days to cover number to go up. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't think this is going to squeeze in April. Not in April, right? There's a lot of people that are waiting on the shareholders vote and they're tiptoeing, right? You got a lot of people tiptoeing because they're uncertain, and uncertainty favors bears, right? Now, I'm not necessarily saying that that means it's the end of the world. Obviously, I don't think that's the end of the world. I just don't think it's going to squeeze in April, right? I think it's going to continue to trade sideways, bounce up and down until it gets a hard break over resistance lines in that $10.50 range, as we kind of mentioned here earlier in the stream. So be patient, right? I want to say this. If we want this to squeeze, right, you're playing the game here with AMC, you got to take a look at historical trends such as GameStop. How long did GameStop take to really get going and get its freaking hard move? It took a couple of years. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen here with AMC. Obviously, I don't think it's going to take that long. But nonetheless, if I had to wait 10 years to have a lifetime return, right? I would much rather wait that 10 years and just hodl on knowing what we hold. It's really that freaking, you really got to pop in here now. My Trades bot, you're going to pop in here, bro. You're going to again. He does it again. Drop some freaking silly chickens in the chat for the Trades bot, man. That is hilarious. That is such God tier, dude. Such God tier. What are the odds? The Trades bot is in the chat. Drop those freaking silly chickens, man. Welcome him. Welcome that Trades bot. Good to have us. Good to have you here. That's such gold. But the utilization rate's going up, right? So AMC is being shorted very heavily. And there's some other prospects that I kind of want to talk about here as we get further into the stream regarding the fundamentals of the freaking company. So I'm honestly more bullish on this than I've ever been. And I truly, truly mean that. And I'm very excited to see what's going to end up happening here. But you look at this right now, we've got 12,000 calls expiring in the money on April 16th. If we were to finish where we are currently right now, we close over $9. You've got 6,000 more calls that expire in the money. And let's just look at the options chain here really quick. Look at $9. Look at $10 and look at $11. You've got 50,000 call options at $10, 10,000 at 9.5, 15,000 at 10.5. You've got 43,000 at freaking 11. That is so many. I mean, 24,000, 17, 11, 35. You've got so many freaking call options that could potentially expire in the money here, which is going to do a lot of good things, right? As we continue to move up past these strike prices, $9, $10, $11, $12, and we get closer to Friday, if we end up closing over $10 or $11, they need to be hedged for. They need to be delta hedged for, which influences stock price, right? Because they purchase those shares directly from the market, this being the market makers who write these contracts, right? So we've got a crap ton of unusual trading volume in terms of options contracts happening right now on AMC. And I don't think that's by accident, right? Typically, options can be a way that you can predict upcoming price action. Now, I'm not saying you look at the $40 calls for the 16th and we're going to hit $40, but nonetheless, a good example is Sensonics, right? So Sensonics has some unusual options contracts trading. It's not typically this freaking high. Look at all these numbers, 20,000, 10, 18, 7, 14,000. All these freaking call options typically indicate that there are people who are guessing or who might know that there's upcoming price action or information that will be released that would indicate a hard move that would cover these call options, right? So I can say the same thing about AMC Entertainment. I think there's a really solid chance you see a move for this, at least for 10, 50, $11 within the next week or so. And I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty freaking good about where we're at right now. So this is it's interesting stuff. I really feel pretty decent. Yeah, that's what we're looking at right here. If you look at Fintel, I know that earlier today it was as low as 250,000 total short shares available. We'll look at AMC short interest really quick. Just tap on that. Keep in mind that Fintel does not take the total short volume from all exchanges. It takes it from limited exchanges. However, it takes the total market volume from all exchanges. So this number is a little bit skewed. I've got a different website that I use to get this short volume ratio down packed a little more. But what we're looking at right now is about 900,000 total short share availability. So not a ton of ammunition that is available to hedge funds that are trying to short this stock. You still cannot short this stock on Webull, which indicates to me that it's a very hard to borrow stock. Webull does not allow or support naked shorting, meaning that there's likely not a lot of shares available for even the retail investor to short this stock. What does that tell you? This is being shorted out the freaking wazoo. Straight up. There's no other answer. That's as simple as it is. If you can't short a stock, it means there's no shares available to short it. I think people forget that, right? Keep a macroscopic perspective here. And I want to dig into this as we get into the live stream, but I want to talk about the fundamentals of the company and what it means to short a stock based on fundamentals and conviction, right? And we'll get into that. I've said this a couple times, with my my freaking live streams, my message, but if you've done research, you've done DD, you've dug into the fundamentals of the company and the reason why you got in, you continue to hold until the reason why you got into that company changes, right? So if all of a sudden AMC was not a squeeze candidate anymore, I would come out and make a video and I would say, this is not a squeeze candidate anymore. It's really that freaking simple, guys. So the same thing could be said in a short position. And we're going to dig into this more as we get into the fundamentals of the company. But if a short position's conviction, DD, research, and reason for shorting the stock changes, it's no longer a company on the verge of bankruptcy. It's no longer a company that is a good short. It incentivizes them to cover their positions because they're fighting the grain. If you were shorting a good company, you're fighting the grain. It doesn't make sense. You don't want to do that unless it's for a couple days swing of momentum based on a freaking bad news hit or something. But nonetheless, you get my point, right? If the fundamental value of the company is changing, that pressures shorts into covering. And I honestly think it's a ticking time bomb, guys. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of when, not if. So that's what you're looking at right now. I want to bring up one other thing here really quick, and that is, where the heck was it? There's a short sale volume. Two more things, actually. So the daily short volume I've got pulled up right here. And this shows you how much short volume you see on a particular given day. On the 7th of April, we saw 59% of the total market volume was short volume. And then on the 9th, 47% of that was short volume. So a really good chunk. I mean, that's on the 8th, 48%. So just a crazy amount of short volume pumping in on this. We got to remember that. You got to remember that this is being very, very heavily shorted. This is not people selling. This is freaking apes not selling. This is hedgies shorting the crap out of the stock. So keep a macroscopic perspective. That's what you're looking at here right now, guys. I really feel fine about where we are. Don't sweat these micro fluctuations. I'm telling you, what I think of every single time this goes down is there's going to be people who say, I told you so, but you got to keep a macroscopic perspective because you know the argument of a bear. What's the argument for a bear here? The stock only goes down and all the shorts have covered. But we look at the utilization rate, right? We know that the utilization is going up. We know that the short interest is going up every single freaking day. We know the short interest is growing on this every single freaking day. We know that it's beginning to get more difficult for shorts to cover their positions, not including the ETF shorting, not including puts, not including all these freaking things, right? That's a bad argument. Second argument being, right, that the stock only goes down. But you got to keep a macroscopic perspective here, guys. I'm telling you, we're spoiled. We're in a crazy time in the market where you can almost find every single day a stock that goes up 100%. But that's not normal. That's not going to last forever. I can guarantee that, right? So to have growth like this, I mean, honestly, to go from $5 to $8, up 30%. We've been as high as up 200% at $14, and as much as up 400% at $20. Right? It actually hit like 24 or 25 in the pre-market that day that it hit $20, right? This stock is fine, guys. I'm telling you. Patience. I'm telling you. I feel absolutely fine about where we're at right now. So if that is any vote of confidence for you, let it be that. If it's not, I apologize, that you're feeling this way right now, but I'm telling you, conviction will hold you through. We've done so much freaking research in DD. That's my thoughts on where we're sitting at right now with AMC stock, baby. This is the way. If in doubt, zoom out, says Lewis. I'm 100% with you, man. Matt Weiler says the closer you stay to emotional authenticity and people character authenticity, the less you can go wrong no matter what you're doing. Your boy Weiler. I freaking love that. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah. You got it. Yo, Trey, on April 1st, 2021, Sensonic's compensation committee granted 5 new employees non-qualified stock options to purchase of 62,000 shares. Okay, so there you go. Yeah, it's like the equity incentive program of AMC. The executives of AMC, the company, are incentivized with AMC stock and derivatives so that they can, they're paid essentially in company value, right? They take a chunk, a modest chunk at that of AMC stock as payment. So that sounds pretty similar to what's happening here with Sensonics. Oh man, I got that water. I hate drinking it, but here we are. All right. I'm down $4,500 on AMC as it sits right now. And I'm not even sweating. Not at all. So I'm not seeing any glasses. I got them on. What do we got cooking here? Come back up. Where's your glasses? You guys are such goofballs. What a bunch of silly chickens. I love that stuff. This is John Fields. Just want to let you know I changed my username so you don't wonder who the F it was modding. Oh, JF Wall Street Viking. Dude, that's a cool name. I dig it. I dig it, man. That's sick. Vanguard confirmed share recall on the 20th. For AMC? That'd be pretty freaking sick, man. I was going to ask about that in the interview. I was 100% going to ask about that in the interview. So that answers the question right there if that's legit. Hoya says Ghetto Streams. Petey, Trey. Well, we already got it out. There's the Hoya, man. I opened it up with that Hoya. You got it. I got you. All right, I think the market is right because you don't have your green skirt and red heels on. Dude, I actually bought some new shorts. So this is maybe a guy thing, but I just don't like buying clothes. I'm actually not a big stuff guy. I don't like stuff. I'm more of an experiences dude, so I like to go out and do stuff. Go bowling, go hiking, go swimming, whatever. But I did my bi-decade freaking purchase of clothes, and I bought some new shorts. I actually like these a lot. They're the kind where you got the little drawstring, kind of stretchy material. They're pretty nice. I dig them for sure. CLRBZ got an alert about buying warrants. 10 equals 1 stock at 30.40. What does it mean? Help. So I'm going to be honest with you, man. I've never traded warrants, and I'm not super familiar with warrants. But what I can do here for you is research it and give you my opinion. So warrants, right? So a warrant is a document issued by a legal or government official authorizing the police or... Oh, that's not what I want. This is when cops come to F you up, man. They want to wreck your shit. Not playing. All right, so these are warrants sold in conjunction with a bond, which allows for a lower coupon rate on the bond. We'll continue to read through. Stock warrant. The right to purchase, the owner does not yet own any stock. You're not locked in when you buy a warrant. You're always free to decide when you don't want to buy the underlying security. In many ways, a stock warrant is like a stock option, which also gives the holder the right to buy shares at a fixed price during a defined period of time. Longer term, stock warrants are typically good for up to 15 years, while stock options are shorter term and can expire in weeks or just 2 or 3 years. So it seems like the major difference between a warrant and an option is the time frame, right? So you're looking at 15 years. It's very, very long term. So essentially, it's a derivative, right? You're signing you're essentially getting a contract saying you have the right, not the obligation, to purchase X amount of shares per contract of this warrant. So if you've got a 10-to-1 stock for this, right? That would, in my opinion, you guys correct me in the chat. I'm not saying this is the gospel by any means. I would assume it could be something along the lines of, 1 warrant is equal to 10 shares of the stock or the underlying security. But like I said, you guys drop that in the chat if I'm incorrect. I've never traded a warrant. That's not my cup of tea. I do options occasionally. You guys can let me know. I honestly am not familiar with warrants. So hopefully that answers your question. I tried my best to give a stab at that. And if you guys, want to correct me, feel free to let me know. How can I get back on your AMC Discord? So that's actually not my specific Discord. I'm a member of it, but I don't own that Discord. I wish I could give you an answer, man, but I'm not a moderator there by any means. So what do we got rocking with AMC right now? It looks like it broke below this level of support where you're trading sideways, sitting at about $8.71. On the level 2s, you've got about 7,200 shares waiting to get filled on the ask at about $8.74, which is right around where you see this level of previous support. So they are very meticulously hitting these walls where previous support is, and they're laddering it down, right, with these short orders. So this is not typical trading. If you're new to the live stream, welcome. It's good to have you here. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. But if you look at other stocks, right, if we were to look at Discovery, for instance, and you look at this, you don't see that sort of short laddering on Discovery. You come over to AC, you don't see that on AC. You come over to FTFT, you don't see that on FTFT. UAVS, you don't see that on UAVS, right? You've got different amounts of, size on that ask per penny spread on the level twos. Well, you come over here to AMC and you see these freaking huge blocks, right? They're honestly just big blocks of spread between a couple penny increments where they're trying not to allow the price to go up, these individual price, cent prices. So in order to pop through 872, 73, 74, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you got to pump through 2,000, 6,000, 7,000, 6,000, 3,000 shares plus on that buy to even move it up past that 1 penny spread. And that's not including the market orders. That's just limit orders on AMC. So that's the kind of the methodology behind these level twos and why they do that, because it makes it more difficult for AMC stock to get where it needs to freaking go. So if you're curious about the level twos, if you have availability to level twos, that kind of walks you through what is happening here. I believe it's shorting, right? Obviously, we can't tell if these are actual people selling or if it's short sellers. But what I will tell you is that the amount of people that hold AMC continuously increases. The last that I checked, it was 85% of actual ownership in the company was retail investors, which is you and me. It's the Joes and the Jolenes out there, baby. It's us, right? So we hold the majority of the stock. So I really don't believe that it's people selling. I mean, you're going to have people that ride momentum on AMC regardless. I mean, we can't control every single person on the planet, nor should we. It's a free market. You can make your own decisions. But I do believe there are retail investors out there who swing trade this and play momentum, which can affect, the short term, the very, very short term price action. So that's about the most that I could see. Trade bots are at it today with short laddering. Oh, straight up, man. I'm telling you. I mean, this is picture perfect algorithmic. What the heck is that? There's a spider. Oh, no. Get out of here. Nope. Dead. No spiders for me. No spiders here. I'm not arachnophobic or whatever, but spiders, that ain't it. That ain't Jack. All right, so I'll tell you what. We do this every single live stream. We get this sucker to 4,500 likes. I'll be putting down a crack of the Kraken, a rip of the Kraken, pouring her back for the freaking apes out here, and giving you guys a cheers and a toast, as I always like to do. I like to appreciate the people out there who are rocking with the channel, rocking with the Gorilla Gang, and supporting the AMC cause, because it takes some freaking real emotional grounding. I know how freaking hard it is. So if you guys want to see that happen, that's what we're going to do. It helps out the YouTube algorithm, helps out the channel, yada, yada, yada. You know the whole spiel here. You want to do that, feel free. If not, we're chilling. I really don't mind either way. I'm going to keep doing me. I'll keep doing me, baby. All right. Hey, Trade, it's Young. Listen, I got a Clubhouse app invite for you to use. It's way easier to reach Elon there. Hit me up on Twitter, broski. Oh, yeah, 1 p.m. today, we are going to be tweeting at Elon Musk. At least I am. You guys do what you want to do. Let me pop in to my messages really quick on Twitter. Young. Oh, shoot. Let me just shoot you a message back. All right, so I shot you a message, Young. Listen, I got you, man. Feel free to let me know. But I'm planning on tweeting at Elon Musk. I want him to be a part of that documentary that I'm being an executive producer for, just to come in and talk about short selling, because I know that he's not a big fan of short selling. Personally, I think that short selling in and of itself is not inherently bad, but it can be abused to bankrupt companies in a malicious intent, in a malicious way. So, ape no like spider. Poor spider. Dude, no spiders here, man. That ain't it, Jack. That ain't it. That ain't it. All right, what if hedges are doubling down on shorting AMC because they know Aron is going to get the yes vote and dump them all on the market? So, this is my opinion about the 500 million share dilution. My vote currently is no. And the way that I am as an investor is, with the current information that I have available to me, I make a decision based on that information, right? That's the smart way to do things. You make decisions based on the information presented to you. When new information presents itself, if it changes my mind, if it changes a situation, you change your game plan from there. Now, I don't think it's actually in a short's interest. I think long term anyways, it's not in a short's interest for that vote to get passed. I think they don't want it to get passed. Here's my hypothesis, right? We've got Aron, who I've had conversations with, obviously, we arranged an interview, as you guys all know. And when I had my conversation with him, he told me this. He said, Trey, I own 4 million shares of AMC stock. You know what that means? And I said, I've got a good idea. He says, it means that it's in my best interest as a shareholder to increase the value of the company. So where am I going with this? Think about this. If AMC stock squeezes, Adam, Aron, and all the executives that work for AMC's company, right, are going to benefit from the squeeze. They'll make a shit ton of money, a lot of money, a crap ton of money. They don't want the stock to go down. They want it to go up, you know? Now, I'm not saying that's a reason to believe that the 500 million share dilution is good or bad. Like I said, with the information that I have available to me, I voted no. But I think it is important to keep an open mind to whatever they have to say. If he has any information that he's going to give us during this, this interview that I'm going to do with him, we gotta consider everything that he talks about. Like I said, my vote is currently no. You guys decide whatever you want to do. I'm not trying to sway you in one direction or the other. I'm simply providing the opportunity for literally the CEO of the company to talk about what he thinks about the stock, right? So if this goes up to freaking $500, $1,000, $2,000, whatever it ends up being, the executives of this freaking company are gonna make a lot of money. They're gonna make a lot of money, They don't want it to go down. They don't want the stock price to go down. I mean, Adam Aron's net worth is tied in the freaking company. I think that's huge. I think that's huge to consider. He said this in this tweet when he tweeted at me saying he wanted to do the interview. He said, I work for you guys. As the CEO of the company, I work for the shareholders. Now, obviously, there's been a million instances, and you can point out a million instances in which people will say, yeah, I mean, there were times when this company said they were going to do X, but they did Y, and we can't know anything based off of that. But I want to provide you this. I want to provide you a history lesson. So I'm going to cover this in the interview, but I did some digging. And AMC, the last time that they requested an issuance of stock was in 2013, right? And I want to show you something. You can see the exact times in which AMC has issued stock into the market. What would I Google here? I'm not running on a lot of sleep. I went to bed at like 6 in the morning and got up at like 10, so bear with my brain here. And AMC outstanding shares history. Now check this out. I want to show you something. So if you look back on the history of the company, that's not what I want. There was a different website. I think it's this one. Where did I put my cap? I don't know. Let's check this out. Back in 2014, you had the total outstanding shares of 21 million. They got approved. They requested and got approved for 400 million total shares of issuance. Now, they didn't issue any stock all the way up until 2017. So it took them 4 years to issue stock for the first time. They actually got a little bit off the market and then didn't issue again until 2020 into 2021 because they were on the verge of bankruptcy. I want to show you this. Check this out. 2017, if you look at February 24th, when they doubled the total shares outstanding in the market, they went from 21 million to 55 million total shares. If we come look at this, right? Let's look at a 5-year chart. Look at 2017, the February timeframe. Now, they would have issued the stock in 2017, right around here. So it pops down, pops back up, right? It helps out the company here. And you look at the total time frame. What do we got? It's the second, the fourth, not the second, fourth. So you've got February, you've got March, you've got July, and you've got, I think that's October, right? So they issued stock a couple different times, and it continuously pushes the price up because they needed to make that happen. 2020 and 2021, they doubled, tripled, quadrupled the total shares on the market, and it went from $1.91 up to $20 at the high, currently sitting at about $8.79. Now, I'm not trying to convince you that this is a good thing, right? What I'm trying to say is they got approved for that much stock in 2013. It didn't use it until 2017 or 2020. So I just think it's important to keep a macroscopic perspective, to be open-minded to whatever he has to say. I'm not changing my vote unless there's really good reason to believe it. But nonetheless, that's what I've got for you guys. So melatonin, bro, try it. Yeah, I should. I've got my multivitamin gummies up here because I'm trying to support healthiness. Healthiness, baby. I'm telling you. I'm going to stick to my Kraken, but I'll tell you what. You got some multivitamin gummies. I eat these suckers like freaking, what's like fruit snacks, man. I could down a whole freaking bottle of these, but I'm going to put down a couple. I haven't eaten any yet today. That'll do. I think I saw some people say that GameStop is moving. Oh, yeah. Look at the volume. Did you guys see the news that GameStop is maybe going to be dabbling in NFTs? Pretty interesting. Like I already said, guys, my vote is no. I see you guys dropping this in the chat, but all I'm saying is to come in open-minded, right? I'm not going to change my vote unless there's good reason to do it. I don't plan on it right now. Based on the information that I have, my vote is no. It's that simple. It's that simple. All right, we ripping some Kraken today, bro. Bought a bottle the other day. Smooth AF. Dude, it's so good. I'm telling you. Kraken will take you to freaking Tendy Town. It's decent. It's decent. I have a Mr. Super Chat, guys. I promise you, I'm going through these one by one, getting to as many as I can one at a time. It just takes some time to get through them all. There's quite a few. GME just popped. I saw that, man. All right. Let's pop back up here. I thought I saw, oh, days to cover 0.68. Does that mean a little over half a day? No. So that's a common misconception. Shorts don't have to cover in any certain time frame, except for if they're getting margin called or there's the risk of them getting liquidated, in which case they just get covered automatically. There's expirations on puts, and that's about it. The days to cover refers to the short interest divided by the 3-month average daily volume, right? So that's what that means. And the higher the number, the more difficult it is for a short to come up profitable on their short trade. So that's what you're looking at right there. What do you think the likelihood is that 100% of the float is owned in your opinion? I don't think it's quite 100%, no. Otherwise, you wouldn't see any trading, right? If every single share was held, it wouldn't go up or down. You wouldn't see buy orders coming in. You wouldn't see the order flow. I think there's a pretty low amount of flow available, but that's about it. I see people asking about Microvision. It's down 9% today. The market just took a big poop, honestly. And Microvision being a tech stock fell into that piece of the equation, right? So Palantir, huge dump down. Microvision, huge dump down. Exxon, I'm guessing the same. I haven't looked yet, but yeah, dump down, right? Choppy price action, but nonetheless, you get the picture here. All these different stocks are taking a little bit of a dump down, and that's honestly, it's just the situation for the tech industry. When you see market corrections, when you see a red day, tech just seems to take the biggest beat down as it sits right now. So I wouldn't overstress it. I think you're going to be all right. When will Citadel get margin called? It's not as simple as when they will. I just think we can't predict the day, right? But I do think it's going to happen. So at the channel, we actually guessed it, thanks to Uranium Potato. I don't know if you're watching right now, man, but we worked together on some DD, and we actually, dug into the supplemental leveraging ratio, the SLR, and we looked at some different, hedge funds such as Archegos, who was over leveraged in, their stocks, got liquidated out of Viacom and Discovery, right? When that happened, they got liquidated. It crashed those stocks. They cut in half from $100 down to $40. And I think you're going to see the same thing freaking happen to a lot of people. So it's tough to say when, but I think something very interesting is in regards to that 49% loss that Citadel has, right? So if we look at that Citadel 49% loss, check this out. I want to propose something for you guys. I don't think this is their short losses. Now, what do I mean by this? Hedge fund Melvin Capital lost 49% on its investments in Q1 source. I personally think this 49% loss was literally just in short borrow fee rates. It was an interest, because if you have an open position, it's not quite a loss. And if they still have open short positions, I mean, think about this. If you just had GameStop, if you just took GameStop in the equation here for Melvin Capital, right, which we know they have shorted, GameStop, if their average cost is, we'll just meet them in the middle here and say $75. Their average short position is $75. They'd be down over 100% right now. And it might be lower than that. It might be $50. It might be 40, 30, 20. Who knows? Who knows, man? What I'm saying is the numbers don't add up. 49% losses to me. All the short positions that they have in the stocks that they've been getting crushed on, done that up. I think that their short losses haven't been realized yet, and they're not adding that into their Q1 source. I think their losses are going to be much worse than this. I really do. I think this is the freaking beginning. It is the tip of the candle on the freaking birthday cake, man. I am very convicted in that. This is just the freaking start. I have proof of people shorting AMC and creating fun in your comments during regular videos. Allegor X FPV is his username. No way. I mean, you guys, we live in a free market, You can do whatever you want to do. I'll tell you that right now. But what I would advise against is if you were shorting the stock, if you're shorting AMC and you're coming on to people's live streams or into the Webull comments or whatever just to start shit, you're not doing it right, man. Like, what are you doing? That's like going to craps table and betting on everybody else losing. You know? That's like you're playing roulette and everybody's betting red and you're the one guy that bets black. Like, come on. There's money to be made, and I understand that. Like, if you want to short AMC and you don't agree with the 8 movement, cool. You know, you do you. There's money to be made on the way up and on the way down. But don't patronize people. What's the point? What's the freaking point? Does it make you feel good? You know? Does it make you feel good to rip on people? That's such dog shit. That's such crap. I really think the world is simple. There's so much more that brings us together as people than there is that divides us, you know? Like, we don't need to make this freaking political. There's nothing political about it. Well, I mean, there kind of is, I guess. I mean, it's the 1% versus the 99, hedgy versus tendy. But my point being, like, why are you fighting us? I mean, we're on the same team, guys, you know? We're all apes. We're all people. The freaking hedge funds out there during COVID and quarantine took money from us, you know? From us, the retail investor. I don't see it. I don't see it. Always bet on black. yeah, man. I mean, I'm a simple guy. I just go with the trends. All right. Thank you to Eric. Appreciate that. Justice says that sip of water looked painful. Dude, it's so hard. Wow. Oh, man. It ain't for me. The problem with water is it doesn't taste like Diet Coke. Oh, I forgot I had coffee. Give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. Looks like AMC is getting a little bit of action here. Look at, oh, this is GameStop. God dang it, Pop Saget. Why did I think that was AMC? Piss. Well, AMC doesn't have that volume here quite yet, but we got back over this level of support at 875. Largest level of resistance sitting at about $8.80 as it sits right now. Any thoughts on Root? Also heavily shorted and down massively from the IPO price. So I know that this is a stock that Tyler Wilson is pretty high on, and he's shot me a text about it a couple times. I think I know it's a very heavily shorted stock, but it's going to take some time for it to move until it gets some news catalyst, right? You need some reason for it to move. If there's no catalyst, it's just a sitting ball of energy waiting to go, you know? You got to wait for a reason for this to move. You can have the most heavily shorted stock on the planet, but if the entire market thinks it's junk, it's just going to keep being junk. Now, I'm not saying that to scare anybody away, but like, because I haven't done DD on this. I don't know anything about the company, but what I would do if you want to take a position in Root is dig into upcoming expected news catalyst. Is it a fundamentally undervalued company? And do you believe that the market is going to eventually realize its true potential as a company? If so, then the squeeze potential is 100% on. If the Reddit boards are going nuts about Root, that's also an opportunity. You know what I mean? That's all it is. That's all she is, baby. All right. Trey, everybody needs to exit. Turn off the stock lending program from your broker because the hedge funds are borrowing your shares from your broker to keep the price down. I sent you a screenshot of Twitter. Yes. So I've covered this on a couple live streams. Honestly, I should just probably do it every single time because I always assume that there's a new person watching every single time that I'm on. But let's see here. I'll come to my profile and I'll come over to tweets and can I go to mentions somewhere? Is there a way to do that? I feel like there is. Where would that be? Mentions. Oh, I think it'd be under notifications. Here we go. Mentions. Let's see if I can find it. But there is a stock lending program on your brokerage apps, right? So if you here it is, yeah. So hedge funds are borrowing AMC and GameStop shares from your broker. So if you want to turn this off, you just got to go to your phone and turn off the stock lending income program on the Webull app on your phone. I'll pull it up here really quick. Let's see what I can find. So it would be right here. So if you come to the main section on Webull and you hit more, under more on that main screen, you've got the where is this? Stock lending income program. It is this little button right here. And if you turn that off, it doesn't allow short positions to borrow your shares because that's essentially what happens. So you definitely want to turn that off. That's going to affect, how much they're able to short the stock, and it does make a difference. So that'd be my 2 cents there in regards to the stock. Trey just got 500 shares of NVIS. Thoughts on your girl? AMC to the moon. I love Mavis, man. This is a beautiful, beautiful buying point. I think that Microvision, this cheap, you honestly can't ask for much more. You bought in at what? I don't know what you bought in at, but let's look at this on a macroscopic time frame, right? So on the 3-month chart, what do you got? You got an ascending level of support right here. So you've got a double bottom, a huge double bottom, and a potential bounce off of this ascending level of support. So what I predict down the road is another continuation of trend here where you get a bounce off of support lines. So it would form a little bit of a triple bottom setup here if it continues to follow through with previous trends. You really want that continued strength off of the bounce of 1210 right here and 1274 right here. So that'd be my 2 cents there and what I would expect. That hits the spot. Coffee will take you to Tendy Town. Oh, is there grounds in this? What the? No. Maybe not. I don't know what the heck that was. Can you discuss real quick the difference in use of RSI on the 1 hour versus 1 minute scales? Which is most useful for pulling trigger to buy or sell? It's entirely dependent on what you're doing. Is it a it's a strategy, right? So are you day trading, are you swing trading, or are you playing long term? So if you're playing long term, the RSI is best used on a long term chart, you know? So RSI here, for example, right? You see the RSI is down here touching 32. This means that it's very close to oversold territory. Anything under 30 is oversold. So anything over here is overbought. So seeing this, it hits 32 on the RSI. If you were just to look at this right here, right? You see this touch 30 on the RSI. You typically would think to yourself that that is a very good buying point for a long-term position. And then it didn't end up being that way. Well, right now it's sitting at 32. If trends continue to repeat themselves, anytime that it touches 30 on the RSI, it starts to bounce, right? That's a trend that you can notice here with Microvision. So if it gets down there on 30 on the RSI, that's a good long-term position to buy in at. Now, if you're looking at this on the 1-day chart, the 1 minute candles, right? This is more of that small scale projection on oversold or overbought territory, right? This is a small piece of the large picture. So what do you got here? If you're day trading this and you saw the RSI touch down at 22, that would be a beautiful buying point for a dip buy. You would have bought in at what would have been about 1290, and you could have got out at 1344, which would have been, a 3-4-5% gain. That's a good way that you can play it, So the RSI on the 1 day, 1 minute charts is more useful for day trading, right? If you want to, buy dips, sell rips, if you're a shorter, you can, sell rips and buy dips, I guess. It's entirely up to you. That's just the way that I personally have played them in my life. I don't personally know how you would turn off the lending with Cash App or with Robinhood. I see people asking about that. Cowboy Coffee, Bill Miller, dude. Hell yeah, that's what's up. I had a guy that I worked with. His name was Will Israel, back when I went to St. John's University, and he loved Cowboy Coffee. He was from Montana. The dude always talked about it. He'd always come in and make his coffee, and I was like, no, that ain't it, Jack. That ain't it. Hey, Trey, I watched your Roth IRA plan and tried opening some accounts. I tried both TD and Webull, but Webull says it doesn't offer option trading in Roth. Do you know any brokers that do? So I remember that I'd mentioned the brokers that do allow options trading in that video. I tried to give the best suggestions possible in terms of what they were. I'm gonna be honest with you. That video was a while ago, and I did the majority of that research. Leading into it, I sat down for like 4 or 5 hours just digging through everything. But I have my Roth set up through Webull, and I keep it on there. And I typically just use it for swing trading, long-term investments, that sort of thing. But if you go back to the video, I know that I have 3 different brokerage firms in there that I think are the best case, the best availability for day trading, options trading, that sort of stuff. So I just go back and reference that video if you want to check it out. Thanks for watching that, man. Hopefully you got some value out of it. I try my best. Turn off lending for all brokers. Amen, brother. Amen. So coming back to AMC here, we want to see what's rocking. See what she's down for the day. AMC is sitting at $8.75, still trading sideways. Volume did pick up here a little bit. Typical 1 minute time frame, you see about 33,000 shares. And then it picked up, and now we're seeing about double or triple that per 1 minute interval of trading volume. On the level 2s, you've got the most sellers waiting at $8.80 with about 8,400 total shares waiting to get filled. Still acting as the largest level of resistance. If you get some decent volume starting to roll in on this and some momentum, it should get some decent movement going on the stock. Look up 22 terrific facts about Tuesday. I'm scared. What is this going to be? 22 terrific facts about Tuesday. Let's see what we got. The name Tuesday is thought to come from the Norse Twisday, dedicated to the god of combat who is called Tu. In Old English, Tuesday was known as Tuesday. In some calendars, Tuesday, this is interesting. Day of Mars, their god of war. Oh, that's all I need to see. That's pretty interesting stuff. Look at that. 22-22. Elections typically take place on a Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. That's all you need to know, man. It's Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. Sushi Sunday. I tell you what, when I've got a sushi place by me, I'm doing Sushi Sunday every single Sunday, baby. Sushi Sunday is what's up. That's the bee's knees right there, man. I forgot. For some reason, I thought it was Tuesday. Norm Hole. Did I miss it? No, I read yours, man. The days to cover. I went over that. Yeah, I went over your super chat, brother. All right. Matt M says, ATNF, no short shares, available over 100% interest rate, bought 10, 1250 strike prices at 65, AP at open, 416, short squeeze potential. So if you have an upcoming known news catalyst on ATNF, it's 100% possible, yeah. Oh, you're already sitting really decent right now. You bought, I guess it depends on the price you bought them at, but if you bought it at a good price, you're sitting really well on ATNF right now. I mean, it's really moving. Went from $4.90 up to $12. This is honestly, and it's nice, clean growth too. This is looking really nice. I think it's got good potential. And I mean, the volume today is absurd. Very, very high volume this morning. Not bad at all. Is there news? Yeah, it appears so. No, it's just moving off of winning streak amid insider purchases. Oh, so that'd be it. Yeah, so it's moving off of insider buying, but that looks pretty dirty, man. I'm digging it. Yeah. Trey, thanks for being awesome. Could you ask AA about bringing back dividends? It incentivizes everyone to buy, backing, and hold post squeeze. I've got a beautiful, beautiful outline. I spent a lot of time along with some other awesome people in the Discord, a good couple dozen people. Shout out to all the guys. You know who you are. Willy Wonka probably spending the most time on this. That helped me throw together that outline, but it's very well formulated. It listened to all of the questions that Apes had out there, and we made the judgment call to pick the ones that we thought were the best questions to ask given the current situation. So that's my plan there, 100%. Guys, my wife and her boyfriend said sure when I asked them if buying more AMC is worth it. We're going to the moon. Let's go. You're my wife's boyfriend, dude. My wife's boyfriend all day. I got you, dude. I got you. TLGT, please. I'll take a quick peeky weeky. Intelligent. Downward trend right now, but it is getting a little bit of a bounce. You've got a long rejection wick here at 52 cents, and it's got a little bit of a two highs, low close candlestick pattern right here. Typically a sign of an upcoming bearish reversal possible. So this might have been a false break over resistance, but only time will tell that to be completely truthful with you. We'll have to wait and see. But it is sitting at about 62.5 cents right now. Let's look at this on the one-day chart, or the 1 day, 1 minute. Volume's pretty sporadic. I wouldn't day trade it by any means, but if you want to buy it as a dip buy and you believe this is going to be the bottom, you could definitely do that. But there is a lower level of support. There's not much holding it up here at that price range. So I would feel more inclined to say that it'll bottom out somewhere around here at about 51 cents, and it tested that here with that wick. So I would personally hold off. That's just me. That is just me, my friends. When is the Adam Aron interview? It's going to be sometime this week. Sometime this week. You guys just hold tight. I'll let everybody know when I've got a hard confirmation. 100%. All right. Let's see what we got. Sitting at 2,158 likes right now. I'm telling you, we get this up to 4,500. We're putting down a crack at that freaking Kraken, guys. Giving a good toast and cheers to the community out here. Giving a thanks to the Gorilla Gang that has rocked with us through all these freaking emotional ups and downs. I want to show everybody that I appreciate you. So I try and give you guys, some good positive vibes and remind you that everything's going to be okay. So, appreciate everybody tuning in. Hope you guys are enjoying the live stream. Great to have you here. Is Sen's a dead cat? Long-term play, man. Sen's for me is a long-term play. Patience. This coffee tastes goofy. I don't know why it tastes so weird. It doesn't usually taste like that. All right, thank you to Jake. The spider. Piss on that spider. Not in my house. Have you guys seen that commercial with I Oh, I can't remember the name of the basketball player, but he swats stuff away and he says, not in my house. It's so funny. Why kill a spider? Every life is important and loved. You crawl on my keyboard. That ain't it. That ain't it for me. If he was doing something else somewhere else, that would have been fine. ILUS patent on EV fire truck ambulance. Size 1 out of 10 water. Use same effectiveness. Response small to mid calls. CEO $1 NASDAQ 18 volt rev split. Do DD. So I'll pull this up for you guys really quick. I don't know much about the company. Wow, that was like picture identical to what we just saw on AMC, I think. Holy crap. Oh, this is a fresh IPO. Dang. Look at that. Matumbo. There we go. Not in my house. Oh, man, that's good. Yeah. So, fresh IPO. I don't know much about the company, but there's your opportunity, man. Craig's giving you the DD. He says this is an EV fire truck ambulance. So I think electric vehicles are going to be a hot sector down the road. I think it's got great potential. Yeah, for sure. Trey, I sent you a DM on Twitter late last night about a video you might want to see from S3. This guy's an expert on hedge and shorts. 801 from Kurt Wheeler. Not to be confused with Weiler. I will check that out here. I've got the DMs pulled up. Let's see. Your name is Kurt. That was the name of my pops. All right, I got it. Oh, yeah, the S3 guy. Okay. Ihor Dusanowski. So I've got that saved. I've got it on a separate tab. We'll check that out. It's about a 30-minute video, so I'm not going to watch it right now. But we've got it pulled up if we want to reference at any point. So I'll definitely take a look at that, man. How can I buy pre-market? I want to get into Coinbase this Wednesday. Don't have 25K. Most of my money is still in Robinhood until it gets transferred to Webull. It depends entirely on your brokerage. So Webull is awesome because you can make purchases starting at 3 a.m. Central Standard Time in the pre-market. They open immediately. They allow trading immediately at pre-market open. But for different brokerages, it's different, right? So for Fidelity, it was 6 a.m. Central Standard Time back when I used Fidelity. I don't know what it is for Robinhood, as I've never used Robinhood. I don't entirely like it that much. Oh, god dang. I do this every single time. I start off my live streams with a hoodie on, and it gets freaking hot. It was cold in here in the morning, and then it gets hot, and I gotta freaking shed layers, but I don't know if I want to take it off, because I know what would ensue. I might just suffer. If he forgoes his bonus, let me pull up real quick. If he forgoes his bonus, whenever he ends up issuing more shares, I might consider voting yes. Interesting. Okay. Huh. I'll be interested to hear what he has to say. I think it was a very calculated business decision for him to reach out to me and have this interview. I think that he really is trying to spread some news on something. We'll have to wait and see what it is. I'm coming in with some good questions. We're going to throw him some softballs. We're going to let him brag about the company, and we're going to throw him a couple of harder questions that people want to know the answers to. I mean, to be completely blunt, one of my questions is why should we as investors not be scared of this 500 million share dilution? Because that's the overall sentiment, myself included. We'll see what he has to say, man. But I'm gonna give him some easy ones and some hard ones. I mean, we're just gonna try and get this information out, because to be honest with you, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, FUD, completely feeds BS in the market. I mean, it's what scares people out of making investments. We'll wait and see what he has, man. I don't know. It's tough to say. OnlyFans for free. You guys are such goofballs. You guys are such goofballs. Such goofballs. I love it. Do you think Nuon can drop below $49 by April 16th? Are you playing a put? Let me look at it. Very, 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 very possible. Yeah. Why did this gap up? What is this? We gotta know why it gapped like that. Look at all this freaking news. What is all this junk? Was this a buyout? $16 billion? I'm guessing it was, but I don't know. If anybody knows, let me know. We'll acquire Nuance for $56 per share. Yeah, that'd be my guess. Must have been. Must have been. It's possible, but I don't know. The fact that Microsoft is backing it, it may very well, because this is what happened here to me, is some profit taking. It was trading at $45 and it went up $10. People took profits. You know, it drove all the way up to $60. People took some profits. It could continue to drop, but it's tough to say. It's starting to level out here, right? So you see this curve shape? I wouldn't be surprised in the least bit, based on this curve shape, if you get something like this, you know, a follow-up with that curve shape, you know? Well, not that much of a steep growth, but this sort of weakness, you know, it's a decreasement in volatility per hour candle. That typically indicates to me that you're losing momentum on sellers. So I would think that people are going to start picking this up pretty soon, but that's just on a one day, you know. It's possible. It's entirely possible. I just don't want to give you any guarantees. I mean, look at this. I mean, that's a steep drop. That's a steep drop and not a lot of time. That's not a bet that I would make personally. That's just me. I'm going back to Matt. You do you, man. You guys, you do you, man. I'm going to keep doing me. All right. Hopefully you saw my answer to that, Nicholas. I did get back to you. AMC Hodlers on Instagram appreciates you sending the current stock price. AMC Hodlers on Instagram. Let me check this out. 877. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. AMC Hodlers. Oh, this is pretty dope. Hodling AMC like Rose hodling the door at the end of the Titanic. That's pretty good. I dig it. I'll toss that a follow. Why not? I'm with you. I'm with you. Emily made this for me. Member of my Discord. Pretty cool little freaking thing. I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan, so I had to put that up. Had to put that sucker up. Got a lot of love. All right. Mr. 3D, please, come on. Don't spread that FUD. We don't need that. We don't need that, man. People can make their own informed decisions. I am in no way, shape, or form telling you to buy or sell AMC stock. I'm simply giving you what I'm doing. I'm giving you the information that I have available to me, and then you guys make your own decisions based on that. Don't tell people what to do. Don't tell people to buy or sell. You can't do that. Come on. Come on. Come on, Jack. That ain't it, Jack. Did somebody announce... What? Is it moving? Oh, okay, I got you. Let's see. Can you ask AMC CEO, why do they need an offering to raise money? Why can't they sell some of their share instead of diluting? I'm asking him a whole bunch of questions about that 500 million share dilution. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. We're gonna get to the bottom of a lot of stuff. And he wants to get to the bottom of that stuff. Because he knows that there's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt, you know? The price is mental. Before the battle of 801, seeing over $8 would have been huge. My goal was 1,000 shares. They dropped price, and now I'm up to 14.75. There you go, brother. There you go. I've said the same thing forever, man. Price is psychological if you have true conviction in your stock, right? Like an example, if you have a company like Tesla, and you believe, now obviously they're not the same company, but if you have a company like Tesla, you've got true conviction in Tesla, you believe in Tesla's long-term potential, and you see it drop to $200, and your cost average is $600, what are you going to do? Are you going to sell for a loss, or are you going to buy more? You're going to buy more, because if you believe in Tesla, you want to get it as cheap as you possibly can, so that you can make the most bang for your buck down the road. Personally, I think it's only going to be maybe a year, you know, I think personally, until you see Tesla over $1,000, maybe a year and a half, you know? I feel pretty good about where it's at. Yeah. What can I do if I never got an email to vote? I'm hodling on Robinhood and Webull. It's so strange to me. It's so strange to me that some people haven't gotten the email, because that's happened to a lot of people. And I thought that it was like a Robinhood thing, but it seems like it happens across the board. What I would say is maybe it's just the wrong email and file, but I honestly don't have an answer for you. What I would do is call your brokerage firm, and I would say, hey, I hold AMC stock. I haven't got an email about the proxy vote. What do I need to do to make that happen? Because if you don't say anything, if you don't respond to that email, your brokerage firm can vote for you. 100%. 100%, man. So I would give them a call. That's my personal advice. I would just call the brokerage and say, hey, I need to get this proxy ASAP, you know? Or at least before May 4th, obviously. Beautiful. Trey and their millions in wages, they get plus their shares, bro. Yeah, so they get incentivized with stock. They get incentivized with stock. They've got an equity incentive program. They make money. They get incentivized. They get paid in stock and derivatives. Tweet time. Let's do it. Here we go. All right. So you guys do you. I'm not telling you what to do, but personally, I'm just going to tweet Elon Musk here real quick. Elon Musk. Godfather. Elon. Myself and the Mulligan brothers are working on a well-funded documentary to cover AMC GME story. We would love if you'd come on to talk about short selling, as it's very easy to tell your... that's a good way to word this. Would love your expertise and insight. There we go. There we go, man. We're putting her out. We're putting her out there. Elon Musk is Illuminati. I love it. Oh, man. I'll retweet that, too. Apes together strong doc, baby. Let's go. There she is. Appreciate everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How can we squeeze with low volume? It's been consistently going down. Is this just due to apes holding high utilization? Is high volume essential? Not necessarily essential, but I think it is important for AMC. Now, I'll give you my reasoning as to why I think the AMC volume is going down. I think it's speculation. People are nervous. They're tiptoeing, you know? With the freaking... the perspective for a share dilution, people are waiting until that proxy vote finishes. You know, I think there's a lot of people that are waiting for that before they decide to make some big purchases and buys, which is unfortunate, but I think it is what it is. Yeah, that's my take, man. 100%. Shorts are just part of the game. You got it, man. All right, I can't do it anymore. I'm getting too warm. I gotta turn my AC up, but we'll get her done. I got the filth shirt on, guys. Filth. Look at this. Filth, and in this little circle, we got a TT. Trey's Trades. I dig this, man. Why am I putting my headphones on? I have no idea. I was trying to put on my glasses, I think, but whatever. People ask me, I don't like self-promoting, I'm gonna be honest with you, but if you want to check out the merch store, it's in the description box down below. We got some stuff. If not, that's cool. I don't really care. We're chilling. I like this the most, honestly. This is sick. This is the Trey Max Cup. This is a memorabilia for me and Max Mar, dude. Treyders free Maximus. Side effects may include stocks going up, proven 24-hour squeeze relief, Neanderthal betterment, boost conviction in a stock. Should be taken with plenty of gorilla juice because apes don't drink water. The net weight is 8.01 milliliters. WSB approved. That is such a cool freaking mug. I hope that Max likes that. One time he popped in when we were chatting about it, and that just made my day. It made my day. I gotta send him one, honestly. I gotta send him one. If you guys get bored of this live stream, you want to do something, go over to one of his videos and just drop in the chat that Trey wants to send you a mug, and to have him text me his address. I'll buy him that right now. Gotta do it. Do you think Adam is in favor of the squeeze? 100%. I don't know why he wouldn't be, you know? Think about this, you know? If you've got insiders, executives that own major stake in the company, and the stock squeezes, AMC goes to the freaking moon, they make money. They make money, you know? It's in their best interest to make as much money as they freaking can. I think Adam wants the squeeze to happen just as bad as we do. And more than anything, it'd be a big middle finger to all the shorts that are freaking just crapping on stock. Honestly, this is where I feel bad because, so we're just going to dig into it, right? The fundamental value of AMC's stock, right? So when you make a short position, you take a short position, inherently in and of itself, as long as it's not abused, is not a bad thing. If a company is overvalued, you believe that based on the current fundamentals of the company, it should not be as expensive as it is, you can short it down. I don't personally short because I don't want to contribute to the way that it's being abused in the system. But if that's what's happening, right, you short it on the way down. Now, all of a sudden, if the fundamentals of the company change, it's no longer a good short because it's either A, undervalued, B, neutral, or C, going to have great growth down the road, which is what I think AMC is sitting at right now. And I saw some people in the chat here earlier today say that AMC is a dying company, and I completely disagree. It doesn't make sense at that point, right? So think about this. I've got the Kong versus Godzilla box office sales up right here. So let's just take a quick peeky weeky at this, right? Godzilla versus Kong hit 70 million in pandemic era box office milestone. Godzilla versus Kong leads box office again with 13.4 million weekend haul. The weekend alone. The CEO spoke about the Godzilla versus Kong showings. I think it showed on a Thursday. It was a Tuesday or Thursday. And he said that there was 250,000 people in the United States alone that went to see this freaking movie. And some of these theaters aren't even at full capacity, you know? Which shows you that movie theaters are not freaking dead. They're not. They're not, man. I'm telling you that right now. I mean, think about this. This is another huge piece that I think, honestly, a lot of people kind of glazed over. Think about their revenue estimates. So let's just take a quick peek at this. AMC Entertainment beats revenue estimates. This is posted back March 10th, 2021. This is in regards to their Q4, if I remember correctly. AMC Entertainment Holdings posted a smaller than expected fall in fourth quarter revenue on Wednesday as more people visited its movie theaters following an easing of coronavirus restrictions in the United States. Revenue fell to $162.5 million in the quarter ended December 31st from $1.45 billion a year earlier. They're going up. They're going in the right direction, right? So they're making progress and getting back to where they need to go. And you need to consider this as well, right? Because this is important. Sentiment and overall viewage of a company influences how that company does. You can have the best freaking company on the planet, but if it's trading at $1 and it's supposed to be worth $100 and nobody thinks it's worth $100, it's not going to hit $100. Now you've got a freaking bunch of apes out there. You've got bulls, you've got bears, and now you've got apes. A third freaking prestige in market sentiment that believe in this company so much that they would go watch Godzilla vs. Kong. I watched it freaking 4 times now. I went to the theater 4 times, and I have I've talked about. I bought Diet Coke, popcorn, Milk Duds, all that sort of stuff, trying to support them in the best way that I can. You know, I'm not the only person that's doing that. You know what I mean? There's great sentiment towards AMC as a company. There's people out there that believe in the long-term perspective of the stock so much. I'll tell you what, when this is all said and done, I'm going to be an AMC shareholder forever. I will. I'll take my tendies and I'm going to buy back in because I actually believe in what this company is going to do in the long term. You know, so that's what I've got to say about that. You know, I really do believe that the revenue of this company is going to start moving. The only thing that I can predict that is going to influence this is if restrictions increase again. If restrictions increase again and AMC has to shut down movie theaters, restaurants get closed again, bars get closed again, that could influence revenue. And we got to be realistic, right? That's a realistic perspective. But I really think the fundamental value of AMC is increasing day by day, week by week, month by month. I feel pretty good about where it's at right now, you know? So that's what I got to say about that. All right. Let's see what we got. What do you think of OSTK? I'm a painter, smooth left brain, can't do numbers. Dude, I am not artistic in the least bit. So it's a good thing we got people like you because that ain't for me. So it's trading at about $71 right now. The interview will be sometime this week, by the way. Mortal Kombat also comes out on the 16th. I think this is a pretty decent. I would have liked to buy it down in the $64 range. I think this is a little bit more expensive of a stock to buy at this price. But there is potential here. So what I would watch for is if you want to buy it now, you want to take, advantage of momentum, watch for a break over neckline here. So you've got a test, a wick that has tested the $75 mark. And if it tests and breaks that, you get a 1 hour candle that opens and closes above this resistance line. It could very well retest this $100 range up here. At least the 90s, and then you can make a pretty decent little chunk right there. So I think there's opportunity for sure, but I like it better, less risk if you get it down here on this ascending level of support. Yep. Is the interview a live stream? Aron tweeted he wanted to engage you and your subscribers. If it's not live, it kind of makes him suspect. So it's going to be, we had this conversation And what I wanted to do to make this the least stressful situation possible for both him and I was record it and premiere it. What I'm going to do is, as this premieres, I'm going to be in the comment section, and I'm going to be watching this with you guys live time, real time, and giving you my thoughts and opinions on what's going down. If you don't like that, I wish you the best. I hope that you can understand where I'm coming from. I want to make this as valuable to you guys as I can. And to be honest with you, I'm already pretty nervous. I gotta be real. That's freaking crazy. I mean, it's a little nerve wracking. There's some pressure there. So I want to make this as simple as possible and give you guys the best value that I can from this interview. So hopefully that's okay with you guys. That was a decision that we both came to so that we could make it, the best valuable content and the best valuable interview as possible. My favorite Trey quote ever. The problem with water is it doesn't taste like Diet Coke. Dude, it doesn't. It sucks. It ain't it. Yeah, man. Record it and put it on your Only Apes page. Man, I will. 100%. If more people buy the 20A list pass and the 15 premiere for AMC, that would positive news of an increase in sales help trigger buying and the squeeze. You heard it right there, man. Eric Schultz. I'm supporting AMC as much as I can. I've actually been going to AMC, my local AMC, like once a week at the very least. Honestly, more than that, probably like twice a week, just so that I can, support the cause and watch a movie. And I just like going out, man. I'm an extrovert. I gotta go out and do fun stuff. That's just how I am as a person. So everybody's different. That's just me. But I think there's some introverts out there who are really sick of being cooped up in their homes as well. So I would def buy back after the squeeze. Oh, I 100% will. I'd kill for a Diet Coke. I would too. I don't have any right now. I've been drinking this water and coffee. Water, man. It just ain't it. It ain't it. It's so tough. It just doesn't do it for me. All right. So if I have shares of AMC on different platforms, will I get more than one notification to cast a vote, or do my vote from Webull cover all my shares? Each individual brokerage firm you can cast a vote on. That's from what I know. So you can definitely swing it that way. Love the work you do. You hiring? Yeah. I've got a couple of people that I work with on the team, but as of right now, I'm not necessarily looking for anything. I think down the road, the one thing that I'll be looking for is an editor. Once I move into my house, I'm obviously currently living in a hotel. You guys can see that. When I move into my house, I'm going to try and really up the game and increase the value and the quality of my content visually for sure. So I think down the road I'll get an editor. I think that'd be good. But not right now. I'm not there right now. Down the road though, man. Down the road. We'll get there, baby. All right, George W. I love that name, man. Today I made 100. Oh, I should know that. Is that a pound or a euro? God, I'm such a dingling. You deserve more. No, man, I really don't. I'm telling you, you guys don't have to drop super chats. You really don't. I'm telling you, I make plenty of money. Don't ever feel like you have to drop me a super chat. I'm not going to sit here and beg for them. I'll read from the chat bar. I'm never going to shut this off. I'm never going to shut off the chat bar because this is a free, it's a free platform. I want to provide you guys, whether it's, entertainment, whether it's education, whether it's just a place to chill out and listen while you're at work. I'm not going to charge you guys. You don't have to drop me super chats. So I promise you I'm doing okay. I have much more than I need to survive. All that I want to do is help out people, and I feel like I have to address this every single live stream. People ask why I don't have more than 3,367 shares. I'm gonna give you guys a quick update. I always assume that there's somebody who's never seen me before that's on a live stream or a video. My mom, by the way, she's doing well. I know there were people out there who were concerned. Has had some complications from COVID. So she got COVID and it caused her to get blood clots in her lungs and in her legs. And that's expensive. It's really expensive medical procedures. So I really haven't put any money into my Webull account in a minute because I've been trying to help out with some bills. That alongside with my own health complications. I'm trying, it is what it is. If that's something that bothers you, I'm being transparent. You can't hold it over my head, So this is what I've got right now in AMC stock. It is what it is. Anytime that I have the opportunity to buy more, I do. In fact, I'm going to be getting paid here relatively soon. I get paid, I think, on the 15th and again on the 22nd from a couple of my different income streams. And that's going to make up a pretty good chunk of change. And I'm going to put a lot of that into my Webull account because I'm going to have availability to be a little more free with my money at that point now that things are starting to cool off with my mom's health. So I'm very grateful. You know, this is obviously a stock channel and investing channel, but I always think I'm a storyteller. I like to tell stories. And I think it's important to always be open-minded to change. My relationship with my mom was not good for a really long time. My childhood growing up was pretty goofy. There was a lot of crazy stuff that went down. I'm not going to bore you with the details, but me and my mom had a falling out, you know. I you know, from 17 years old up until, I would say probably about, 8 months ago, we didn't talk once. We didn't talk at all. To be honest with you, I despised her, you know? And it's important to take a step back and realize that you can't change the past, but you can change the future, you know? So I don't know if there's anybody out there who's struggling with family, with friends. You've got, hatred in your heart. You can't forgive, whatever it may be. I just encourage you to think twice, you know? You never know when people are going to be gone. My pops, my old man, I've got a stepdad, I've got a father. I didn't meet my father until I was about 13 years old. My stepdad passed away when I was 18. I was not ready for that. It was 4 days after my grandpa passed away, his dad, and the day after my grandpa's funeral. And there was a lot of things I wish I could have told my old man, you know? And I think about a year ago, I thought to myself and I realized, if I were to lose my mom right now, what would be the things that I wish I had not done? What were the things that I wish I would have told her? What are the things that I wish I could have done for her and with her, you know? So just be open-minded to stuff. I don't know why the heck I'm talking about this, but for some reason I felt the need to kind of go on it. But that's enough of that. We'll get back into the video. I don't know what I'm doing. We're chilling. Enough of that. Trey, let the followers know how much per week you make off this channel. That's public information, man. I've got a video about it. You want to know, you can go check it out. Eat the dip, smell the rips. Ooh, stinky. Stinky. I love it. Oh, man. All right. Please look at SNCA. They're going to merge with leading bio to form Palisade Bio. They have an FDA fast track designation for the drug they're developing. Let's see what we got. SNCA. So in terms of technicals, it pumps pretty hard, and it looks like it does during the pre-market. Yeah. So it usually makes its hardest moves in the pre-market, and then the regular market hours are pretty flat. That's a trend. So you see this happen 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and the only exception to the regular market hours not being flat is right here. So to me, this looks like it's a good news catalyst driven stock. You know, it's a good opportunity to get in and out for a day trade, and I think you can walk away pretty decent. So when the news catalyst comes out, based on previous trends, I would say the best way to play it is to take those profits, you know, on those 1 or 2 hour candles in which you see some pretty hard moves, for sure, man. Hey, Weeb, check out Anime B, the beginning on Netflix. Market Maker is an evil, subversive shadow org in the anime. Thought you'd find that amusing. Dude, I am a fellow Weeb, man. You know what it is. I'm going to check that out. Anime B. There we go. I got her. I got her pulled up. Uh, 333 Nicobe says, "Hey Trey, are you a Christian?" You know, I try to keep things pretty unopinionated and non-political, non-religious, because I think all of those different things in life create more differences than, you know, connections. But what I will say is this. I wouldn't consider myself Christian. I would consider myself spiritual. You know, I believe that you reap what you sow. Good things come to those who are good. Bad things come to those who are bad. That's about all I have to say about that. Whether or not you're Christian, I don't think that is an excuse or a reason to believe that you can't be good or bad. I've met a lot of really good people who are atheist, and I've met a lot of bad people who are Christian. You know, you get both sides of the spectrum. I believe in just be a good guy, be a good person. It's really that simple, you know? So I don't know if that satisfies your question or not, but that's my answer, man. Ape no likes spooters unless Banana Spooter. Banana Spooter Fred, they give all their spooters big ape smash. I don't know what the heck that means. I gotta be honest with you. That does, that's funny though. It made me laugh. What's your favorite anime to suggest to watch? I just finished off Jujutsu Kaisen. I thought it was pretty good. We're gonna come back to AMC, but Jujutsu Kaisen and One Piece have been my go-to lately. AMC as it sits right now, still consolidating, still trading sideways. Not a lot happening. It's in a little bit of a down moving channel as it sits right now. What do we got? You know, a descending level of resistance, descending level of support. Waiting to get a break out of this descending level of resistance. If you get some sort of volume to follow through on that, should get a little bit of a push. So we're waiting on that. Total volume on the day, sitting at about 38 million total shares traded here so far. $8.70 is where it's sitting right now, down about 7% on the day. What's happening with AMC? You know, it's just low volume shorting situation. We're gonna come here with Ortex in case you've just tuned in. Good to have you here. The short interest on the day has been going up. So it's up 3.38%. It was at 2.7% earlier in the live stream, which indicates to me that this is continuously being shorted. You've got 5.12 million more shares borrowed and only 679,000 returned, which gives you a net negative, meaning that there are 4.44 million shares that were borrowed over what was returned. So that is a sign that it is being heavily shorted. Utilization is going up. Cost to borrow is also going up. Days to cover going up. Shares on loan going up. Free float on loan going up. Estimated short interest going up. All these numbers are going up, right? Which indicates to me that this is just being shorted today. It's really that simple. That's what's going on. You know, there's no other way to put it. That's all she is, baby. All right. Oh, I gotta scroll back up. Let's see what we got. I believe in the almighty banana. Banana is life. I like bananas a lot. When I was a kid, I used to eat this for breakfast every day. It was toast with peanut butter jam and then sliced up bananas on top. Too good. Too freaking good, man. All right, coming back up here. What do we got? How do we play the Coinbase IPO? Oh, I missed one. I'll come back to that. What's your favorite anime? Oh, I just started Naruto and I'm on episode 52. I love Naruto, man. Naruto's good. How do we play the Coinbase IPO? Personally, IPOs are kind of washy. They're like rolling dice. So sometimes they'll have IPOs like, you know, Roblox, where they go freaking to Tendy Town immediately after IPOing, you know? So that's what happened here with Roblox. We looked at this on I think it was about a month ago. Yeah, so it went ham. I mean, it ran up to 93 bucks. But then sometimes you get IPOs like Airbnb. I will never forget the Airbnb IPO because this was back before I think I had my YouTube channel. And I was watching Chris Sane. And Chris Sane said, buy this IPO. And I bought in and just got absolutely schwacked. I got screwed. It took a big fat L. So I'm very skeptical on IPOs. I think if you're going to play IPOs, be able to watch it. You want to really be able to watch that live price action because you're buying it based on no previous trends. You can't do any technical analysis. You know, it's the beginning of the trend in the chart. Personally, when I buy into IPOs, I like to I'll either day trade it and watch very closely, or I'll just wait until I have a trend. And once I have a trend, I can make a better investment decision. Maybe leave some profits on the table. Maybe you avoid a loss. You know, you can play that out both ways. So, yeah, that's what I would say. Personally, that's just, you know, I'm just very cautious with IPOs. They can do you really good, but they can do you really dirty. Like I'm almost certain there are people here who bought on Airbnb's IPO and then sold out down here at the bottom. If you held it the entire time, I mean, you'd be up, but you could have bought it at a better price if you'd waited. You know, it's tough to say. You just don't have any trends. They're unpredictable, very unpredictable. Trey, use your knowledge and your charisma to educate us fellow apes about other plays in the market. AMC is cool and I'm holding regardless, but Trey has so much more potential, brother. Donnie, I promise you 100%, we are going to cover other stocks 100%. When AMC is said and done, we are going to get back to regularly scheduled programming. Believe it or not, most people probably don't know this, but before I got into AMC, I was just a swing trading channel. I just covered swing trades. I got into Veru back when I think it was trading at around $5. Solo, I made some cash on. IDX, we made some cash. I think the best home run that we hit would have been so we got in football really early. We got into I didn't like APXT. That was kind of the meh play. But JagX, this is probably the best hit that I ever had. JagX, we got in back when I was trading super freaking low. I think that was like a 500% runner for me. We hit BNGO pretty well. We hit Ride pretty well. CLNE pretty well. Fuel Cell was another good one for me. Microvision, we got in back when I was at $6. Yeah, we'll get back to our regularly scheduled programming. I was a swing trading channel, and I'm going to get back to it for sure. You can trust me when I say that. I'm definitely ready to get back into some other stuff. Man, this is so crazy to believe. 3 months ago, I got my first 1,000 subscribers. 17 days. Those are the days, man. Time flies. Time really flies, man. That's cool. I dig. We got into Oxygen back when it was trading really low as well. I think it was like a couple bucks. $2 or $3. Yeah. All right, just wanted to say what's up, dude. Been a while. By the way, never drink from hotel coffee pots. People piss in those things. Ugh. Good thing I'm drinking K-Cups. K-Cups for me, man. K-Cups for me, without a doubt. Heavy bearish today. Yeah, today's a very bearish day in the market. It was a sell-off day. I think the SPY recovered, but I haven't looked at it in a minute here. It's about 126. Yeah, you got another sell-off. So it hit about $411 selling off. Broke out of this downward moving channel, consolidated, and it looks like it's in another downward moving channel. So we want to see if it's going to end up holding this level of support right here at about $410. Breaks that, you might see another little bit of a steep decline in the market for sure. Baby MVIS, I'm telling you, Microvision is a buyout stock. You're not playing this for the short-term stuff. You're buying it for the acquisition. So the cheaper you can buy this, the better off you are. This could sit at $9 for all I care, and I'll keep buying it, all day long. I would keep buying it. It's gonna treat you real good as a long-term play if you're willing to play it that way, Do you think Sens is a good buy point, or do you see a bit more weakness in the short term? I want to get it at the right price. So I can take a look at that. Sensonics on a technical setup. Look at this on a couple month. Oh yeah, portfolio's looking rough. Today's a red day. So we'll start a clean slate here. I'll walk you through what I look for. So too easy. You've got the 15MA, which is this blue trend line, 200MA, which is this purple trend line. 15MA is the moving average. It's a 15-day price action based valuation trend line. It is a lagging trend line, which means it doesn't indicate upcoming future price action. 200EMA is the exponential moving average over a 200-day moving period. Price action based valuation trend line over a long-term macroscopic perspective of time. Also a lagging, trend line, which means it doesn't give you a hint at future price action. What do we have here, right? 15MA trading underneath the 200EMA indicates it's in bearish price action right now. If you had this 15MA back over this 200EMA, that would be in bullish, territory, which would typically, attract more investors. FOMO drives price action, fear drives price action down, right? So with this 15MA hooking down away from that 200EMA, you're more likely to see sell-off until you see a level out. Level out usually indicates upcoming consolidation. Hooking away typically indicates an increasement in volatility to come, and you can see this being validated right here, right? So look at this specific little small piece of Sensonics. You start to see this 15MA hook down a little bit, which indicated a hint at this upcoming sell-off that we had here today. Now, once you see this starting to level off here a little bit, this could be an indication of an upcoming consolidation period. So what I expect with Sensonics, a little bit of consolidation, trading sideways, maybe over these next couple of days, hoping for, I would say a hold over this level of support at about $2 or so. So that would probably be the best case scenario, some sort of consolidation, and then it can get a next leg up, get that 15MA to hook back up towards that 200EMA, and start leveling off here. So $2, we've got a triple bottom right here. Very, very, very strong level of support. And then you've got a double top back here. So this is a very well-respected level of resistance, a very respected level in general on this chart over a long period of time. So this is probably the strongest setup that we've got. If it holds $2, you're sitting pretty good. Downside is if it doesn't hold $2, the floor is down here at about $1.17 with a double top, right? Got that break over the double top with a wide range candle bar and it pushed pretty hard. So you really want it to hold that $2 range, and it looks like it's going to end up doing that, right? So you got this engulfing candlestick pattern right here, typically indicating an upcoming bullish reversal, and it looks pretty solid. That's a very good reversal, and it's starting to get a good little move right now. So I feel pretty confident trading over the VWAP right now. If you got another straight day of this moving well, I'd feel pretty good about it. Trey, you missed my super chat again. Thoughts on YVR? I haven't missed it, man. I promise you. I'm going one by one. Let me make sure that I haven't missed it. YVR. Yeah, I haven't missed you yet, man. I haven't missed you yet. It's just down there ways. I promise you guys I'm not missing your super chats. I just try to get to as many as I can and get you the best answer possible so I'm not wasting your time or your money, you know? I want to respect that, you know, you're requesting something from me, you know? I'm not just trying to steal from you. Anywho, coming back up here, I have two $14 AMC calls expiring Friday, April 16th. What is the best strategy to manage these? Using Webull from your link. Hey, dude, thank you for supporting. I really appreciate that. So it depends a lot on what you bought them at. Whatever your average price is, it usually reflects pretty well the stock price on AMC, right? So AMC, I already have pulled it up. So AMC right now, you know, trading at $8.71. You got the $14 calls. So I don't know when you bought them. I don't know what the theta is on those. I mean, I suppose we can look, but time's not on your side here, obviously, with these $14 calls. Theta is negative 1.5 cents. So that's about how much value per share you lose per day. So you lose so you lose about $1.5 total each passing day, you know, in value off of this, you know, this contract right here. So if it ends up running up, it's going to be really hard to say. I obviously can't predict the future. My personal opinion, if I had to guess, I think it's going to end up around $11 at a height, maybe $12 end of the week. $14, I'd be surprised. I'm going to be honest with you. At least this week. So, no, Aron is not trying to buy me off to convince us to dilute shares. I'm not paying Aron. Aron's not paying me. This is just a conversation. My personal vote is still no, guys. I'm telling you. All that I'm saying is come in with an open mind and be open to new information, right? That's all that it is. This is an ever-evolving situation. With the information that I have right now, I'm not changing my vote. It's that simple. If I get new information, I'll consider new things. That's all that it is. I'm telling you. All right. Are you prepared for the interview to possibly go left like the last one? It's possible, man, and I'm prepared for it. So I've got a team of people that I worked on with this thing, and we've spent a lot of time making sure this is prepared well. So I feel pretty comfortable with where it's at right now. I feel pretty good about it. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know. If you don't mind dropping a like on this video, we get this to 4,500 likes. We will be putting back a crack of that crack and giving you guys a cheers and a toast to the community, celebrating all the apes that are rocking with the Gorilla King. Appreciate everybody immensely. I'm just going to pop down some of this water, and then I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. I got to take a leaky wiki, as people say, and get back to business here, guys. So give me 1 sec here. All right. I'm just going to use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. All right, we back. And I even remember to turn my mic back on. Even remembered. There we go. All right. So, Tibio says Tiger has 21K average daily call volume. Tiger. Really? I mean, that's pretty intense. That's a lot of call options, man. It could have a nice run. I mean, it's on an ascending level of support right now. It's volatile. It had some crazy swings up and down. But if you're willing to sit through those, I mean, it's on an ascending channel. It looks very good. I don't mind it. I don't mind it as long as it continues the trend, you know? Looks pretty good. Anyone who believes the FUD is a ding-dong. I love it. Bumble Ape. Bumble Boomer. Nah, I'm playing. It's an inside joke, I promise you. I'm not being mean. Trust the DD. Keep your seatbelts on and your chairs in the upright position while we prepare for blast off. Thank you. I appreciate that, Bumble. You're the bee's knees. You're the bee's knees. Thoughts on Abus? Double bottom. Abus. For some reason, that made me think of God of War, and I don't know why. Kratos. I freaking love the God of War games. I played those all the time as a kid. It does have a double bottom as long as it gets a bounce, right? So you got a descending level of resistance right now. It's got a setup for a double bottom right here at, about $3 or so. And it's got the beginning of a nice candle wick bounce. So if this follows through, it'll look pretty good. Choppy price action, not a lot of crazy volume, consistent volume on this. But it could get that bounce, man. It looks pretty good. It looks possible, for sure. When is the Adam interview? It will be sometime this week. I'll let you guys know. 100%. All right, Trey, what are you hodled to? So, I think it's very hard to have an exact price target, right? Because think about this. If we have 100,000 people out there and you've got 5% of them saying $100, 5% of them saying $500, 5% of them saying $30, 5% of them saying X, Y, Z, go on and on and on and on and on, right? It's really, really hard to know what this is going to end up hitting, right? It's entirely dependent on the entire base of the community. So what I'm personally watching for is when is the momentum dead? You got to know the difference too between dips and a sell-off, right? When the game is over. Personally, this is my thoughts. I think, and this is just an opinion, it's an opinion, don't take this as gospel. I think there's a great opportunity here for the government to make a lot of capital gains tax on this investment, right? They could wipe out a huge majority or all of the national debt, and if and when that happens, they have to do it in a way that it's not going to crash the economy. Think about this, right? The 1%, there'd be so much wealth transferring that would take place where it would move from them to the 99, the retail investor, which has never happened, never ever happened, and it has to happen in a way that it doesn't entirely crash the economy. So I don't know if this is going to happen or not. This is a hypothesis, but I wouldn't be surprised in the least bit to see some sort of government intervention. And to me, that would be a sign that it is likely close to its end. However, based on that, I live stream as often as I can, every day that I can, right? And I'm going to be giving you guys my updates. So when and if I decide to sell, I'll tell you what, if this went to absolutely zero, I wouldn't sell. And I don't think it ever would, to be frank, I'm going to take the absolute loss on this because my business, my YouTube channel, my entire career was built off of AMC and off of you guys. You made this happen. So for me to go and stab you guys in the back and sell this for anything less than what we think it's worth is bad. It's just not, it's not the way. It's not fair to you guys. So I'm going to be in this movement, guys. I'm holding this till it's over. Until I think it's over. Now, I know that was kind of an around the bush answer, but I really just think there's so many different opinions on price targets here that it's just impossible to say, I'm just going to watch the price action. That's all that it is for me. That's how I played it, I'll let you guys know what I think when the time comes. I've given you guys my opinion. I've been transparent, and I'm going to continue to do that to the best of my ability. So hopefully you like that answer. Hopefully that answers your question, man. You cannot vote if you didn't have stock before a certain date in March or so. So if you're new, semi-new, you don't get a vote. Oh, there we go. Nathan answering those hard questions, man. You're a G. You're a freaking G, dude. Appreciate that. Love that you focus on the positive. With that said, I have a new theme song you should listen to. If you would like, I can email it to you along with why I feel it fits our ape journey. Thank you, bro. Chris, send it to my email, man. It's in my about section on the YouTube channel. Thoughts on LDHX, brother? Thank you for your service. Former RA myself. Hey, appreciate you too, man. Thank you for your service. Means a lot. Day trade opportunity, but it's a little bit of a head and shoulders pattern right here. Broke the neckline, trading below the VWAP. I don't like, trading under the volume weighted average price, which is this gold trend line, typically indicates that the average price, this is the average cost of what people have paid on the day. And if it's trading underneath that, it means that there are people that are bag holders, which typically you're more likely to see people not buy in that situation. So, there's opportunity. I would watch for a bounce. So it's on a ascending level of support right here. It very, very well could continue trend. This could just be a pullback. But you really want it to hold here. So what do you have in terms of retracement so far? You got the Fibonacci retracement. You pull it from the bottom of the lowest candle to the top of the highest candle. It's retraced 61.8%. Good sign of strength is a 50% retracement. It's dropped below that. But if it gets a bounce off that 61.8% retracement, you could play it for a quick in and out trade on the day. Now, if you're looking at this on a 3-month chart, what do we got? Very, very massive sell-off. And I don't know what the reasoning is for this. I don't know anything about the company. But what I would say is if this is a good value stock and it's just severely undervalued right now, that's a great buy. You know, if you think it's worth that $38, you've done your research on DD and it's just getting smacked right now. That's a great buy for sure. By the way, guys, I promise you I'm not missing super chats. I'm just doing these in order one by one. So I will get to you as much as I can and as fast as I can. So patience. AMC sitting at 871 right now, my friends. If the government intervenes, they will not only piss off retail investors, but institutional investors as well, painting a black mark on the U.S. trading market worldwide. Man, I would be very pissed off. I'm not going to lie to you. I think a lot of people would be pissed off. I saw that JB video on GameStop. I watched it. I watched the whole thing. I think he's a smart guy. I think he's got great experience. I think he grew up in a different market than we are in now. And there was good points to draw from his interview. The market runs in cycles. We are in a very, very, very macroscopic, bull cycle right now. It happened for about, 5 to 10 years or so. But when that cycle ends, things will be different. That's obvious. I honestly, man, I should follow up with a part 2 reaction to that video, but every time I watch it, it just gives me anxiety. So I just stop watching it. I don't know why. Maybe that's dumb, but I'm a transparent dude. I just say it how it is. Jacob, thank you for that super chat. I appreciate it, man. Kitty says, Elaine Hendricks is tweeting about buying more AMC. Send it to you in a DM on Twitter. Oh, we better give her a retweet, man. Whoa, man. Where's my Twitter? I'll just bring it up. Elaine Hendricks. I follow her. Elaine Hendricks. Oh, baby. Let's go. Mama Ape. There she is. I have 10K for AMC, just waiting on a share vote. Yeah, there you go, man. Who's going to Kansas for the board meeting in May? Need representation. Would be good to assertively make case for count of stock recall. I'm going to ask about that stock recall when the time comes. So that interview, I'm going to bring it up. I've got a question already formulated for that, so you don't got to worry. I am going to make that very well addressed. Very well addressed. Elaine, if you don't know who she is, you'd probably recognize her from this. You recognize her now? This movie? Kids today will never know how much we hated this woman. I'll ship every one of you brats off to Switzerland. The Parent Trap. All right. Did I miss your Sens commentary? I saw a drop, but no change in the fundamentals that I could see. I did comment on Sens. It's just a good long-term stock. You're going to see ups and downs, ebbs and flows. I think it'll get its major move when you hear about their 180-day CGM system, the continuous glucose monitoring. So I just wait on that. Once that time comes and you hear more about it, it should have a pretty good little push. But it's riding an ascending level of support right now. If this ends up being a false breakdown, you see a candle wick close here, it very well could continue. You just gotta wait it out. It's tough to say. We gotta, at least on the daily. The long term, I still feel as convinced as I ever have about this stock. You just want to bounce off of $2. That's gonna be very critical. What's up, Trey? Thoughts on YVR G News? Bag holding for over 2 to 4 weeks now. YVR. So it was a day trade. YVR got, I think this is one of those NFT plays, and the NFT sector is starting to cool off here a little bit. So it could take some time for that to move again until the NFTs start moving hard. As far as G News goes, G News people got very excited, and it's backed off for sure. Yeah, I was never very high on G News. I gotta be honest. It had a good technical setup for a while. for sure. There was money to be made here as a swing trade. I know that Chris Sane is super bullish on Genius. And I've never really quite... I mean, maybe I just need to do more DD on this company, but... I mean, looking at this macroscopically speaking... I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man. I would say, for Genius, major sell-off, downward moving channel. You're looking for a bounce here off of support. Yeah, this is going to be major. That's a critical level. This level right here at about $1.63. If you get a bounce off that, it should be sitting just fine. But if it bleeds further, you know, the next level of support is going to be down here at about $1.37. And that'd be a pretty big shift. All right, good time to get into ASE. Seems to always rebound on monthly chart. This is a great rinse and repeat swing play. It looks like it may have broke this support line. Let me take a double check here. Quick peek. Yeah, I mean, this is a picture perfect trend. I mean, look at this trend. That's a huge freaking trend. In fact, I think the best way to draw this up in terms of trend is to draw this up as ascending level of support. If it continues to respect that, I mean, look at this. Bounces, runs, bounces, runs, bounces, runs, bounces, runs, bounce, run. That'd be my next guess. As long as it continues to follow this trend, right? That's what you're expecting here as a buy-in opportunity for AESE. 259, 260. That's I think it's a pretty solid buy-in entry point for sure, man. Definitely. What do we got rocking right now? We're gonna come back here to Ortex. I want to see what the data's looking like. Up 3.38% in short interest change. I'm actually gonna take a screenshot of this and tweet it out. AMC, baby. Let's see. We'll save her. AMC short interest. Today is the 12th of April. There we go. Quick access. AMC. Short interest up 3.38% today. 5.13 million shares borrowed. 685K shares returned. Heavy short day. Too easy. That's all she is. All right. What are your thoughts on FRX with the Beachbody merger? I think it's got great potential. I actually do. I'm going to be honest with you. It's bled off pretty hard here. It had a lot of crazy hype up to that $18 range, sitting at about $10 right now. But it's stabilized, right? So it looks like it's found its floor. It's consolidated for a good little period of time right now. 15 MA is starting to hook back in towards that 200 MA here a little bit. So I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know what the timeline is, but I think this is a pretty safe entry point. Trey, how many service members you hang with all of AMC now? Quite a few, man. Quite a few. I can't lie. We've got them on the train, man. Big time. How often does Ortex update the utilization number? They do it intraday now. They didn't used to, but they updated it, man. Crazy. All right. I posted an article in the main chat on Discord. Warner Bros. Is regretting their decision to co-release movies on HBO Max and have confirmed by 2022 it'll be theaters first again. Bingo, bongo, wombo, combo. That's what's up. John Fields. Thank you, man. Dude, I'm telling you, you can't replace a movie theater experience. It's huge. Love the channel, Trey. Keep it up. Also bought on the dip. Apes of the Moon. What do you think about AMD? Peaky Weeky? Peaky Weeky. Let's go. AMD. I think it's you could swing trade this, you know. It's got some volatile moves, some swings, some ups and downs. It's downward trending right now. It's setting, you know, lower lows in the very macroscopic trend. In the shorter trend, you have started the process of an ascending level of support. So, you know, if you're looking at this right now, it's broken out of this sort of downward moving channel. Let me just draw this out the best that I can. My Weeble is so goofy. Ever since I updated it, it draws things out so strange. But it's broken out of this downward moving channel, right? It started a little bit of a new process. As long as it's not a false breakout like we have here, right? 1, 2 occurrences where it was a false break. If it continues on this upward ascending level of support, this will be the beginning of a new upward trend. So I feel pretty good about that. All right. Let's see what we got. Dude borrowed 100K from his sister, made $1 million, they lost 900K and has 100K left. The God Pill needs to stop doing drugs. So I don't have anything bad to say about God Pill. I think people do what they want to do, man. I've kind of made a little pact with myself. This is a resolution for me. I am drowning out noise in terms of the YouTube stuff. You know, I think there's always situations where there's going to be drama, and it's just not worth engaging with or making worse. You know, Godpill has his own opinions. He has his own strategies. If you vibe with that, that's awesome. Freaking watch him. You know, if you don't, then don't watch him. It's super simple. You know, he got lucky, made a lot of money. It's freaking awesome. But I guess we'll see how it ends up working out for him. All right, love the channel. Oh, I already read that. Do you think the government will bail hedge funds when we squeeze? I read somewhere that taxes alone could wipe out the national debt post-squeeze. You'd be correct that it could wipe out the national debt post-squeeze, but I don't think they're going to bail out hedge funds. I think there are going to be some hedge funds that lose the game. I really hope they don't, man. That would honestly be such a kick in the nuts. That would be a big kick in the nuts. Cinema Blend, coming from John. Yeah, there it is. There it is. There's the exact news article from April 9th. The global pandemic forced every movie studio to get creative when it came to their planned theatrical releases. Some have been continually delayed, waiting for the time when they might be successful at the box office again. Let's see what we got. However, it took the boldest step in announcing that every movie that had been set for theaters in 2021, everything from Godzilla vs. Kong to Dune, would also debut on HBO Max at the same time, and all the exec is reflecting on that controversial choice. The decision was met with a wide variety of responses. Many filmmakers took issue with the decision. Worst streaming service. Yeah. I wouldn't say it's the worst streaming service. I've used HBO Max, but I'm not going to watch a movie on HBO Max that's in the theaters. At least not until after, it's off the theaters. That's out of the box office. There's no doubt that it was bumpy back in early December of last year. If I had the chance to do it over again, I think it's very fair to say that we would have taken a couple more days to see if we could have had more conversations than we were able to have. There we go, man. Theaters will be cooking with Crisco, baby. Drop the freaking gorillas in the chat for the Crisco. That's what's up. All right. Thank you to George W. What if you recorded and did a live stream or premiere it so you could pause and talk through discussion? Weiler. Oh, I've never even thought of that. Huh. I don't know. Should we do that? I think the only problem is that it wouldn't flow, So like if we were talking to the interview and I had to pause it and say stuff over, it's going to distract from the conversation that we're having. So I don't know if I would end up doing it. Breaking news: DTCC 05 removed. Really? What ended up happening? What? What is this? Well, the problem is that I want to be able to read the DTCC 005 ruling, but if it's not on the SEC website, we might not know what it is. Legal interpretation of the proposed 005. So this is just some Reddit DD. You don't know if this is legit or not. This is why I typically try to just use this as reference and then dig into the resources as much as I can, because I've made the mistake of taking verbatim what Reddit DD says. So take this with a grain of salt. Obviously, I'm just using this as reference because the DTCC 005 is apparently not on the SEC website at this point. I'm actually just going to double check right now. DTCC legal filings. 005. Yeah. It looks like it is off. Maybe they're updating it. That could be it too, I wouldn't jump to conclusions yet. I think they could be updating it, but we'll see. Some of the proposed language in 005 is designed to limit the ability of market makers and hedge funds working together to reset FTD transactions and or conceal short positions through nefarious options trading. So this is a good thing for us, obviously. If short sellers are facing a squeeze because shares are hard to buy or scrutiny for holding any illegal short position, they can create an appearance of having closed their short position through the use of deceptive options trades called the reset transaction. So this is basically an off balance, right? So if they're facing a squeeze, what they can do, let's say that they're short 1 million shares, they can purchase enough options to be long 2 million shares, right? Call options, which gives the appearance that they're essentially covering their butts, right? And I think essentially what he's saying here is if short sellers are facing a squeeze, right, they can create that appearance. And this is a ruling that would kind of, is designed the limits of that sort of thing to happen, which creates FTDs, the failure to delivers, right? Because that comes from these options that expire in the money that don't get delivered. So you definitely don't want that. That's a good thing for this 005. I want to do some more reading. God, I wish I could just read the actual filing. I don't like... The proposed change seems to be consistent with the other rules we have seen submitted over the last few weeks. The DTCC is revamping their entire rulebook to make these changes consistent across the board. It's designed in a way that may hinder the ability of market makers and hedge funds who work together to reset FTD transactions and or conceal short positions through nefarious options trading. So resetting FTD transactions, those are the three big words that stand out to me, right? I'm thinking reset FTD transactions. This is my interpretation. Don't take this as freaking by law by any means, but that would mean that they can wipe out failure to delivers. They wouldn't have to deliver on their FTDs, right? We don't want that. We don't want them to be able to just reset that. They need to pay up, which is huge through the nefarious options trading, which is essentially just a malicious way of hiding their true intent or covering, It's I don't know, man. Space Kitty, what's poppin'? Space Kitty, I see you. Check Discord. I'll pop in here really quick. We'll see what we got. What do we got? Oh, what's popping? Where am I looking here? Where am I looking? I'm currently in the money lounge. What's popping? I'll pop back in here in a sec. I'm not sure what's but I'm in the money lounge in the Discord. If you guys want to join the Discord, it is $5 a month. We keep it nice and cheap. I keep it that way so that anybody can join if they want to join. But you just click on the Discord link down below. It brings you over to the Patreon page, and you can join for a very, very cheap cost. So join an awesome community of investors, and we got some good stuff in there. But I'm not gonna hype on it. I try not to do that self-promoting shit all the time because it gets annoying. But this seems like if this does get approved, I'm hoping what's happening here with this 005 is they're just taking it down for maybe approval. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of unknowns here. Let me know what you guys think. All right. Made $100. Oh, dude, George W. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Matt Coors, dude, Matt Coors is a G. I freaking love that dude. Honest to God. He is so intelligent. I was watching one of his streams, and you gotta give credit where credit's due. The guy has made some good plays with some call options. He made good money on Apple. Big time. Big time. What if you're... Oh, I already read that. Don't tell me not to drop super chats. I do what I want. You silly chicken. That makes me chuckle. Bumble Ape. Thoughts on CTRM? Bullish on them long term, but it's going to be volatile. It's going to have crazy ups and downs. I will tell you this. I think this is a crazy value play right now. I really think the market is freaking sleeping on these guys. They had more news come out talking about, let's just read this. Thinking about buying stock in CTRM, PowerBridge, Zomedica, Palantir, or Luminex Corporation. And you can read through this. But it speaks on what they think about these specific stocks in the here and now. What I'll tell you is they keep acquiring new vessels, which in the short term maybe makes their balance sheets not look as good. Their liabilities may be a little bit higher than their assets. I don't know if they're putting themselves in debt. to buy these vessels or not. However, in the long term, this is setting them up to create a lot of cash flow, right? A lot of revenue, because the more ships that you have, the more you can transport dry bulk cargo and goods, which is what they do as a company, right? So that's what I would say about CTRM. I like them long term, but it's going to be volatile. You're going to have swings from 15 cents up to $1.95 down to 46 cents. I mean, obviously I can't predict verbatim what's going to happen, but what I will tell you is you've got a triple top right here on this level of resistance, and a double bottom right now, acting as a level of support. So it's got a lot of touch points, which indicates to me that this could very well be the technical bottom on the stock. We'll wait and see though, right? If we have a whole day where it trades underneath this, it may continue to bleed. And if it does, I mean, the next level is down here, right around, 39 cents. But I think this is a great value play right now. I would just wait until you get a candlestick confirmation saying that this is in fact the bottom. What would that look like? That would look like something along the lines of an engulfing candlestick pattern. So a green candle that follows a red candle that is larger than the previous candle, right? You had it right here, but it had a topping tail. Topping tails typically indicate weakness. It indicates that there's not as strong a buying pressure as you need. But dude, the RSI is at 25 right now. 25. This is outrageous. That's just garbage. There's no way. They're a good company. They really are. I like them. I really do. Power hour, baby. Let's go. Tendy Town. Let me pop back into the money lounge. I dig it. I was just telling you, sorry, I thought you were bot. Oh, no bot. No bot. Space Kitty, you silly chicken. You silly chicken. That cracks me up. Oh, yeah. All right. BNGO, anyone? I'm bullish on BNGO long term. BNGO long term, very bullish. Matt is talking smack on his stream tray. He and Chair are ganging up on you. Oh, whatever. I don't know what he's saying, but I'll let him do him. He can have his opinions. I think he likes me. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, we've had some good conversations and we chat. We chat a pretty decent amount. Let me come back up here. Ortax data and why it's significant. Also, how AMC is at record high short interest. Yeah, so the Ortex data is significant. Good question, man. I'm glad you asked. It's significant because it gives you a generalization, an idea on what the current situation looks like. So utilization, right? What is this? This tells you how many shares are on loan. So out of 100% total utilization, that means that only about 4% of current lendable shares are available for borrowing. So there's not a lot of availability, which is going to make this a hard to borrow stock, right? Eventually that's going to drive this cost to borrow up, or how much annual interest they accrue on a held lend, right? So that's a big deal. The shares on loan indicates to you, hey, there's 131 million shares total out on loan right now. Not necessarily all being held short. You could just have them lent and they're being held, but then there's accruing interest on a held position, right? So yeah, I would say that most of these are likely short positions. And if you think about it, that is a huge chunk. I mean, it's 31% of the total free float on loan, right? That's a lot. That's a freaking lot. And it continuously goes up. It keeps going up and up and up and up, which to me tells you the whole story. I mean, this is important to realize because it gives you perspective. If the stock was just going down, but the utilization was going down, the free float on loan was going down, the estimated short interest is going down, then I'd be a little nervous. That would indicate to me that apes are selling. But the exact opposite is happening. All these numbers are going up. So that's why it's important. It gives you perspective and a reason to believe that things are going well, Yeah, that's what I thought too, my Akita Panda. I thought that me and him are pretty cool. All right. Coming back up here. What is your average price on AMC? Let me check really quick. My average price on AMC is currently $10.09. Here's a little something for expenses toward your mom. Sending you love and light for real, Singapore. Thank you, man. A woman, I should say. Appreciate that. You don't have to do that though. I promise you. I'm straight chilling and I'm doing absolutely fine. I mean it when I say you guys don't have to send me super chats. I'll go back and forth between the chat and the the super chats. Thoughts on AMC 4.6 billion synthetic Reddit DD. I'd have to check that out really quick. Ah. I haven't seen this yet. Let's see the comments. That usually gives you a pretty good idea if people are bullish on it or not. Let's go, GG. I dig it. Okay. Is there a TLDR for this? Is there a summary? I want to read the summary because I don't want to waste everybody's time on this, but let's see what we got. Legalities. Here we go. A lot has been covered. Let's summarize. This is a repeat of 2008, but this time we hold the insurance policies in case this moons. The similarities are quite startling, from the SEC chairman Gary Gensler coming to bust this down, then using dark pools to screw the average person out of attendees, committing financial war crimes in broad daylight to shake apes. Furthermore, dark pools explicitly showing both meme stocks have been naked shorted by at least 10 times. The squeeze is mathematically confirmed, and we are looking at a fallout. How big the fallout will be depends on how big the hole they dug themselves with these dark pools. But in any case, apes hold the insurance policies, so I believe we should be chilling. And if we continue to buy and hold, we are simply buying more insurance for stocks we like. As such, to sum it up in one sentence, they're hiding in dark pools. Gary Gensler is starting the hunt, and we have the insurance policies. I think what scares me about dark pools and OTC trading is it's not monitored, and it's run very heavily by Citadel. That freaks me out, man. That freaks me out a lot. So I'd have to dig into this a pretty decent chunk. I don't like spending my time just reading off Reddit DD during my live streams. That's not my thing. I know a guy who can do that for you. That's just not for me. I'd rather do the technical analysis on stuff and give you live price action updates and tell you how the big picture looks in regards to stuff, and then make videos on this sort of stuff, down the road. But I think he's totally spot on. I don't know if it's going to be, 4.6 billion synthetic shares. I want to dig into this before I confirm that. But what I would say is it's sketchy because dark pools and OTC trading can really, really hide a lot of stuff. They don't have to report that often, It's a little freaky to me. It's a little freaky. I don't, especially because Citadel runs this stuff, man. That's scary. That's scary. It's Citadel, man. Big time. Big time. I'm super bullish on X Zone, dude. I've got a couple videos out. I've got a couple videos out on that, man. No. There's no. Yeah, I won't even address that. I have 225K in a mutual fund, originally 40K from 20 years ago. I daydream about dumping it all into AMC and never working again. That'd be freaking sick, man. I hope that it works out. I really do. I know this would be life-changing for a lot of people. A really lot of people. Check AMC short interest and AMC lounge. I will do that real quick. What do we got? Oh, man. Where's the short interest? I'm in the DD lounge, or the money lounge, I thought, right? Is it the money lounge? I probably already missed it. I don't remember. Shoot. We'll drop it in the money lounge. That's where I'm at right now. There we go. Yeah, it's up. It's up 3.43%. Shares borrowed 5.2 million. Exchange reported short interest. Oh, what the heck? Oh, I know why though. It's a 2-week lag, right? So this is what we got right here. Check this out. So it has the exchange reported short interest. I don't know why I've got this pulled up right here. I'm going to show you on Ortex itself. Give me one minute here. So if we come back to Ortex and look at this, we have an updated number in regards to the exchange reported short interest, 73 million. But this is a lag time frame, right? So this is as of March 31st, 2021. That is the exchange reported short interest, 73 million. Keep in mind that is almost doubled up. However, this doesn't take into account the last week, right? It's currently April 12th. So this is a lagging reference. You've got 73 million in total short interest, and we're currently sitting at 131 million total shares on loan, which is basically double what we were at on the 31st of March. So this is really going to freaking Tenny Town, guys. I mean, this is getting really shorted hard. Big time. That tells you the story, man. That's the whole picture. Look at that stuff. Woo! Filthy. Thanks for streaming today. It means a lot to us, apes. Can we peek a wiki at Baba? Put option 240, 416. Did you play a call or a put? I am really surprised. I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes I'm so confused by the way the stocks run. Where is this article? Wow, they really have a lot of stuff out. Here it is. Alibaba shares jump after $2.8 billion U.S. anti-monopoly fine. It jumped after a fine. Am I just stupid? Do I not understand this? I don't get that. Why did it go up? Why did it go up? I don't get. Unless they find somebody else. I suppose that could be it. That could definitely be it. Let's see. I don't get it. I'm so confused. I don't know. Beats me. I've never played Alibaba, but nonetheless, I'll give you a quick little rundown and synopsis. So you're playing 240, sitting at 243 right now. It's on an ascending level of support on the daily. I don't know. It expires on the 16th. I don't know how long this will last. This is some pretty crazy growth. I mean, it's up freaking 9% today. And I saw this morning. It had a nasty gap up. I mean, just a stupid, ridiculous gap up. The fine was so tiny it proves they're untouchable. Oh, yeah. Apparently, man. But it's on an ascending level of support right now. It looks pretty good. It looks like it's going to get that bounce. I would continue to hold it for now. That's just me personally. I'm not obviously a financial advisor, but it looks promising. It looks very promising. Salutations, fellow ape. Great job at everything you do. Keep it up. Any chance looking at the chart for VRA? They just got their patent holding for a year. Vera Bradley. Yeah, they look like, let's look at their year-to-date. Great growth. Yeah, it looks very solid. And it's really getting some nice movement over the last, a week or so. That looks very clean. I like that a lot, man. If you're holding it right now, I just keep running. You're looking for a resistance break right here. Obviously, at about 1173, you get that push. You're going to probably test some new all-time highs. For sure. TIRX. Oh, what in the? Is this legit? What is this? What is this? Dude, could you imagine if you played a put on that? That would have been disgusting. You made a lot of money. Why did they have that sell-off? Holy Toledo. What the heck happened? Oh, Jesus. That's insane. That makes no sense. Dang. Dang. Holy Toledo, man. God dang it, I keep taking off my glasses. I know. I'll stay on it. Jeez. Oh, thank you, 67 Fast Camaro. I appreciate that, man. I'm just trying to have a good time. I have no ill will towards anybody. I just try to do me. I have fun. It's all about learning and having fun together. Man, if I would have thought differently, I would have thought this is some sort of split, but it can't be. Because look at this, it's today's the 12th. Yeah, look at this. I mean, the 12th, 97 bucks, sells off, nasty sell off, all the way down at $12. What the heck? There's not even news about this. What is this? Does anybody know? Ooh, poke myself in the eye. That's what I get for taking my glasses off. Wow, that's dirty. Filthy, man. that's a nasty. Hey, I'll tell you what. I bet you're glad you're holding AMC instead of that. No. I mean, seriously, if you're holding that right now and you're down, my thoughts are with you because that's nasty. That ain't it, Jack. That ain't it. Shout out to UMass Hockey for beating St. Cloud State. Oh, that was so tough. I watched that game. And that was hard. What's your take on Coinbase going public on the 14th? I'm bullish on Coinbase. I think it's going to be good, but I don't typically like buying IPO dates unless I'm going to watch it very closely as a day trade because you can have you're rolling dice. It's a gamble because there's no previous trends to base it on. There's none. You can't. There's no way to know. I see people guessing it's a margin call for TIRX, and that actually would make sense because that's very similar to what happened with, especially since there's no news. That could very well be what happened to Viacom and Discovery. I wouldn't be surprised, especially because it's just a stupid, ridiculous gap down off of almost no volume. But that's what's crazy. It's off of no volume. So why wasn't this registered? Why wasn't it registered here? Would that have been OTC? OTC or dark pool trading? I don't know. But that doesn't add up. I'll tell you that right now. That doesn't make any sense at all. No sense. Now the volume on this is going nuts. Do you think KDP will follow the path of Coke in value? KDP. Well, that's not it. Keurig Dr. Pepper? Peter Piper Dr. Pepper? It looks pretty good. I don't know if it's going to be equivalent to Coke in value, but it looks really dang good right now. I'll tell you that. I mean, it's an ascending level of support. I'd have to dig into the fundamentals of the company, right? So to really dig into a fundamental value of a company takes more than just a couple minutes, but I can give you like a rundown on the technical analysis in a short period of time. But it looks solid right now. I mean, it's doing really solid bounces back and forth between ascending resistance, ascending support, 15 MA trading over the 200 EMA. You've got great equalization on the RSI. This not touching the 70 on the RSI is actually good for continuous long-term growth. When you have too fast of rips, you got to have corrections. Like that's just the way that things move, right? Too much of a growth, you're gonna have a sell-off. Too much sell-off, you'll have a bounce. That's just the way the market usually operates. So like, this is honestly surprising, the strength right here. That's not typical, but a good example is something like this. Crazy run-up, crazy sell-off. And this sort of slow, steady grinder growth is really good for the long-term stability of the stock. So it looks solid. I dig it. I came to AMC thinking fast money, and then I'm out. Now, with all my own DD, I've bought more and will continue to buy in the dips. Hey, there you go, man. There you go. I'm not telling anybody what to do, but I'll tell you what. I feel pretty convicted in what we're doing here. Yeah, I'm not even gonna read that. There is solid DD that shows hedge funds pump and dump penny stocks to increase profit to fight the war. Couldn't fit the Reddit link. Let's check this out. Really? Hedge funds are manipulating penny stocks by exploiting the OTC market and using a pump and dump strategy to raise funds in their war against us. No way. I don't know if HCMC would have been one of them. But maybe. I think this is more of just an ape interest. I'm going to be honest, like a retail investor. Retail investors were really hyped around HCMC for a while. I've never heard of this one, though. So that one's not surprising. EHOS, that's not surprising. Oh, fascinating. They were all very much alike, but they were reacting to the GameStop price. Okay. GME rally. PLYZ. Huh. Citadel. Oh. Why would Citadel invest in HCMC? They've got way better things to do than invest in a micro penny stock. Like HCMC is worth less than a penny, Whoa. I mean, granted, this is OTC, so don't get this confused. This very well could be, this could go two ways. One, probably the most likely, I'm going to be honest, is that they filled the orders for 7.8 billion total shares from people who either use Robinhood or any other brokerage platform that runs through OTC via Citadel, right? That could be one way that plays out, but it's tough to know for sure, right? There's some speculation here, man. Glasses. Yeah, I know. God dang it, Bob Saget, man. It's so tough. I hate wearing these. All right, bro. Sire Eye Patch. Fans. If AMC dilution gets rejected on May 4th, what will that mean for the stock price and the squeeze? Well, it'll mean that there's absolutely no risk of a dilution, which means that where we sit right now is going to keep playing stock price. We'll continue on the same trajectory that we're at right now. 100%. Have you seen JB's latest tweet? I have not, man. I gotta be honest. Gorilla Glue those glasses on. We need to keep your eyes healthy. My eyes are actually doing the best they have in a minute. I gotta be honest with you. This is probably the least they've hurt and the best I've been able to see in a long time. Long time. Gotta throw that like to Tara Bull. Jordan Belfort. Mood. Double down. Interesting. Man, I'm so confused. I don't know. I have no idea, man. Honestly, no, not doing it. I have no idea, man. That's fascinating. All right. Have you decided what time of day you're going to release the video with Adam? I think that should be heavily looked into. Thoughts? I will let everybody know when I'm planning on premiering it, but I don't have a time now. I'm waiting to hear back. So once he gets back to me on the game plan for everything, I'll let everybody know when it's going to be coming out. What is your true bottom squeeze value you see and willing to sell? I know everyone says 1, 2, 10K. What do you see as a true squeeze bottom to sell? I feel like I have a lot of responsibility as a person with a platform that can reach this many people, not to influence your decisions. I tried my best to literally just provide you with my opinion and what I plan on doing. And then you guys make your own decisions based off of that. And that's a really, really cookie cutter answer. But my opinion, what I'm looking for is price action, right? Once we see the dramatic sell off, my plan is to sell on the way down. It's a little bit riskier, but if you want to play this safer, you can take profits on the way up. I plan on taking it on the way down. That's my personal opinion. I don't have a specific price target in mind, but I think it can. I 100% think it can hit 1K, 2K. I really do. It's just going to depend on how much people want to drive this up. Because at the end of the day, if you've got 100 people and every single one of them has a different price target in mind, that gives you a very skewed answer in terms of what the actual ceiling is going to be on AMC. So I'm just one guy. I'm not going to. I think there's only going to be a very, very select few people who get it absolutely right on the peak of this. I mean, that's just factual. So I'll let everybody know. I'll keep you updated when I do plan on selling, if I plan on selling, right? All that sort of stuff. I'll let everybody know. But I will promise you this. $600. I've said this time and time again. This hits $600. You guys can screen record this if you want. I will be buying myself and one other person a Tesla. I'll be buying myself a Tesla Roadster, and I'll buy one other lucky ape out there, a Tesla Model X. So you guys can hold me to that. I'll show you what it looks like. I mean, I think most people know what a Tesla Model X looks like, but we'll pull her up. The Model X right here, man. We'll buy you a Tesla Model X. So one lucky person at $600. That was my game. That was the truth. And after this is all said and done, I want to get some sort of organized event together, whether that means going to Vegas, whether that means going to I don't know where. Maybe rent out an AMC theater, maybe go on a cruise, who knows? But I want to organize that and help pay for people to come out and have some fun. 874 is where we're sitting at right now with AMC, and it looks like it's actually getting a little bit of a push. Look at this. Volume is picking up a small amount. On the level 2s, you still have these slaps on the ask. That's holding it down a little bit. Still trading underneath the VWAP, the volume at average price, but we are getting some momentum back. It is breaking out of this downward moving channel and has begun a little bit of bullish pressure. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty freaking decent. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. 875. If that hits $600, I'll buy my own Tesla. Amen, brother. Amen. Amen to that. I'm in Vegas all day, dude. There we go. EEIQ. EEIQ is a beautiful rinse and repeat day trade stock. It has so many crazy runs. You look at EEIQ. I mean, it's been kind of quiet for the last couple of days here, but it's had some volatile moves, especially when it first IPO'd. And I think it's very likely you'll see that again down the road, as long as they don't dilute a huge amount, because they have like 1 million shares outstanding. So like you make a 5,000 share buy and you actually influence the stock price, which is insanity. I can't believe it's been as high as $73. That's mind-blowing. I think it's a good day trade. You know, when you see crazy pushes on it, day trade it. That's how I would play it, for sure. I explained what's happening with AMC to my 60-year-old grandpa. He's sending me $500 to buy him some shares. Incredible. Dude, amen to that. Amen to that. Let's go. Let's go, man. Cowabunga it is. All right. MGT, thank you. Yo, man, love the vids and keep it up. Is your minimum price target still $600? Yes. So hopefully you were able to catch that. There you go. Thoughts on Snap call option trade for this week? Snap. It's run up a pretty decent amount so far, but there's definitely potential there. The only thing that I would say is it has flattened out, right? It's begun a little bit of a leveling. In fact, a small, slight bleed. So I would be cautious. I would say if you're going to get one, put it out a little further, but it's a little bit extended. I mean, it ran for about 10 days, so that's probably going to cool off for a little bit. I would give it a couple of days. That's just me, you know? It's tough to say. We can look at previous trends when it runs for that long. I mean, a 10-day run right here, consolidated. 5-day run, pulled back, pull back. 7-day run, pull back, right? At the very least, I think it'll consolidate, so you might not get much. GameStop is moving, people are saying. Let's check this out. $149 right now. Is she moving pretty hard? She is. Woo! Look at this. Dirty move going right now. Up to $150. Yeah, she's really cooking. Cooking with Crisco, baby. The volume is night and day right now. I mean, you're getting a huge pump in volume. 384,000, and these sell walls are gone. There's no sell walls on the ask. I mean, look at this. There's nothing like AMC. I mean, we gotta compare right now, so just so you guys can see the comparison between these sell walls. AMC, night and day. Night and day. I mean, that's not even remotely similar, the ask on these stocks. GameStop has a way different ask situation right now. It's able to push through these because there's just not that many shares to push through, you know? Night and day. Crazy. It's getting a good push, though. Holy crap. $135 up to 151 right now. It might make back most of these losses on the day. Down 4%, testing out resistance at about $152. Will it get the push? We've got 4 straight 1-minute candles of green wide bar price action. And typically after a good 5-minute run, you might have a 5-minute pullback. So I'll wait and see if it consolidates for a while or not. But it's definitely getting a push. Is this driven off of news? 2 meme stocks hanging near support, looking to bounce. What do we got? GameStop and Chewy. How about that? Actually, a positive news article. Fascinating. How about that, man? How about that? So it's getting a little bit of a micro pullback right here, but that was a good little 4-minute run. If it consolidates and gets another leg, that would be pretty freaking solid, man. I wouldn't mind that at all. Dang. Wall Street conspiracy movie on YouTube. Your thoughts, brother? Let me pull this up. Wall Street conspiracy. Oh, yeah, this. I watched it, man. I would recommend people do watch this. It really highlights a lot of the bad things going on right now with the market. I think that you're going to see a repeat of 2008. That's what I have to say about that. 100%. People are asking what platform I use. This is Webull. If you want to use Webull, there's a link pinned on the top of the chat bar. You get 2 free stocks with a $100 deposit. If not, that's cool. I'm chilling either way. But it's totally worth watching, man. It pretty much validates all of our concerns with what's going on. 100%. AMC will have its time. Let's go. I'm with you, man. Patience. I'm telling you. It just shows you what just happened with GameStop, right? It can happen at any freaking moment in time. Anytime. That's the thing about these two stocks, man. They run randomly. You can't guess it. You just have to be patient. Thoughts on Max D? They've got a lawsuit that they're fighting against Google, if I remember correctly. And if they win that lawsuit, they'll make a crap ton of money. Look at this on the 3-month chart. It's declining, though, right? So next level of support based on where it's sitting right now, down here at about 0.003. So that's a pretty big difference. 100%. AMC is running, people are saying. Is it moving? Let's see what we got cooking. 875. I wouldn't quite call it running yet. Consolidating, for sure. Thoughts anywhere on CTRM been getting hammered? They're so undervalued, man. That's a value play at this point. CTRM is not, that ain't it. That ain't it. They're really getting smacked, and they're going to go back to the true market. This is undervalued. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts. Undervalued. It is 100%. 46-cent stock, and they're a profitable company. Look at this. Their income statements over the past few quarters, 2.84, 7.3, 5.9, 7.9, have grown year over year. They're annual. What do you got? They went from 2018 to 2019, an increase of 35% overall. Their marketing administrative expenses, 293% increase. I just don't. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, they have low revenue. I'll say that right now. But they're a profitable company, and they're investing in ships up the wazoo. I mean, they're setting themselves up for great long-term growth. This is a value buy. You can freaking reference this at any point in time. You come back to CTRM a year from now, you will wish you'd bought it at 46 cents. That's all I got to say about that. PKK, Peak Fintech Group Incorporated. They were trying to get on the NASDAQ. I haven't heard of them. I got to be honest. Oh, PKK. I don't see him on here. Peak Fintech. Peak Retirement. I don't see it on Webull, man. But if it's a fintech stock, it could go pretty well, for sure. Thoughts on Joshua James' latest tweets? What's he got put out? Let's take a peek. I better drink some water. Yeah, baby. Kong. Let's find Joshua. Here we go. Release an updated most accurate short interest for AMC. 73.82% million short shares. The most AMC has ever been shorted. They tripled down on their short position. Let's squeeze these guys. Yeah, man. And I think it's even higher than that. I mean, this is telling you from 2 weeks ago. This is referencing March 31st, how much was available, right? How many shorts are being, how many shares are being shorted? But it should be higher than that now. I mean, this is all that you need to reference to validate that claim. Let's see if I can find this really quick. Ortex, right? 131 million total shares on loan. Double what the last reported short interest is. I believe it's much higher. I think it's going to be higher. This is lagging, right? This tells you from March 31st. We don't know anything about the last 2 weeks, but I can almost guarantee it's going up. I can almost guarantee it. Because the short interest change estimate just today alone is up 3%. If you look 3% up from 73 million, and you stack the fact that we've been going up 1, 2, 3% every single day for the last 2 weeks, there you have it. It's that simple. Straight up. Straight up, man. I think he's spot on the money. Really do. All right. Still think Sense could be a good run for the future. You are the boss. 100%. Long-term stock. Long-term stock, man. That's what I've got it in my portfolio as, is a long-term play. Dude, Chris dropping the $100. What a guy. Man, that blows my mind. You gotta learn how to do that. That's insane. T-Rock, and currently holding 30,000 in AMC. Whoa, oh my God, Jesus. Until the moons. Also, my question is on a SPAC stock. SSPK Weed Maps. I noticed Weed Maps on 420 is doing a huge event, and they feel they are taking WM live that day. Thoughts on stock price? Dang, dude. Well, thank you for that. You don't have to do that. It really doesn't mean a lot. Appreciate it. So I have looked at this company before. They've got an event on 420, so I'd imagine they could have a pretty good little push there. In terms of the stock price, what do you got going? You got an ascending level of support right here. This is a small head and shoulders pattern, not gonna lie. Head, shoulder. It's a descending shoulder, but nonetheless it is. but it's still overall growing. Now, what do you got here, right? It's in a little bit of a descending level of resistance, ascending level of support. So you got a pennant formation here, right? Given the trend currently, 15 MA is trading underneath the 200 EMA. You want that to pop back up. If it does, you're more likely to break that descending level of resistance. But I can't guarantee that'll happen. That's just what you're looking at right now. So as it sits right now, it's in bearish territory, but news catalyst always trumps technical analysis. If you had a news catalyst come out and say that Google was buying this or something, right? Everyone would go nuts. So if you're expecting good news on the 20th, right, that could really pump this thing hard. So if you believe in that event, man, I'd say go for it. You know, they're gonna grab you. Appreciate that. Do you have bananas on Neptune? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. You know it. You know 100%. All right, TRX green candles, baby. It's just starting to move now. What do we got? God, what a nasty sell-off. Filthy. That's a pretty crazy dip buy. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that right now. Yeesh. I don't think I've ever seen something like that. That is disgusting. An 80% decline in a single day. Dirty. Makes no sense. Woo. Jeez. DTCC. Oh, I gotta scroll back up. Bob Saget. All right, DTCC 05 was there this morning and now it's gone. Yeah, we went over that a little bit earlier, and there's some speculation. I don't think anybody really knows. I don't think anybody knows. My speculation is that they're either A, adjusting it, or B, they took it down because they're just going to take it down. I'm almost positive you're going to see some sort of news article out about this. What's AMC doing right now? Oh, here we go. So you got 880 right now. Look at this. Is it going to test the VWAP again? The volume weighted average price. The VWAP is important. Look at this. Holy freaking crap. Are we getting some volume moving on that? $8.83 as it sits right now. Looks like it really wants to test out that VWAP, the volume weighted average price. This tells you how much the average person is paid. This is the average price that people are holding that have bought today, right? So if you're trading underneath that, it means you're in a little bit of bearish territory. If we get back over the VWAP, it means that the average person paid less than the stock is currently trading at, which means that it's in good bullish territory. So we really want that test of the VWAP here. That would get us back into some good territory, encourage people to buy, get a little bit of movement going here. This is looking pretty solid. I'm not lying. I'm not gonna josh you, man. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Sitting at $8.80 as it sits right now. We got a little bit of momentum rolling. Broke out of that downward moving channel, the descending level of resistance. Their largest sell wall is sitting at about 882, which lines up very closely to that volume weighted average price. But the volume pump there was nuts. Big little push in volume. 432,000 total shares right there. Got a little bit of a doji candle starting to form. We'll wait and see how she pans out. But man, that don't look bad. That don't look bad. It's me, your boy, Biscuit Wolf. What's poppin'? Callie Bear says, Matt is talking smack. No, he's not. Get out of here. Get out of here. I appreciate that, though. Can we get a GME update? Sure can. So GME, if you were curious, I don't follow this as closely, right? I think that Matt Coors is your guy if you want the daily updates, but I will tell you is it's very similar in overall trend to AMC right now. Descending level of resistance, and it's in a downward moving channel. You got a little bit of a push that tested out that 152 mark, pulled back here a little bit. Macroscopically speaking, it is still setting higher lows and higher highs, but it's been very volatile. When AMC drops 5%, GameStop drops 10 or 15, you know? And then on the flip side, when it goes up 5%, AMC does, this will go up 10 or 15 as it sits right now, you know? But it's not sitting too bad. I'm not super frustrated with where it's at. It's still in a good position. I mean, you look at this compared to AMC, they're both sitting in the same spot. We can look at this on Ortex. Maybe that'll give you a good idea. But we can look at the overall short interest that we're expecting here. Let's see what we got. Whoa! Oh, yeah, it's because of that offering. The offering, duh. 30% utilization, so that's a huge drop-off. Their exchange reported short interest. Is that legit? What? What is this? Uh, So, completely objectively speaking, AMC is being heavily shorted more than GameStop. AMC's short interest is going up. GameStop's has been going down. Wow. I mean, there's just no question. There's no question at all. We need to do a side-by-side. Check this out. Literally clear as day. Down 2.66% short interest today. This is up 3.65. You've got 24% short interest, percent of free float. So this is about the same number, 20%. It's a little bit lower here. But the percent free float on loan, lower for GameStop, higher for AMC. Days to cover, way lower for GameStop, much higher on AMC. I mean, as it sits right now, which is crazy, AMC is actually in a higher position to squeeze. Which I know sounds crazy, but you can see it. I mean, look at this. Utilization is 30% right now. They can eat up a lot more short shares before this gets moving. This is at 95. There's almost no lendable shares. Now, I'm not telling you that GameStop's a dead cat by any means. I think they're both going to have their time. But as it sits right now, AMC is more primed. I mean, these are just freaking numbers, guys. I'm just showing you how it is. It's not an ape versus ape. It's an ape together, right? So like GameStop and AMC can both win. There's no losing if both of us moon. But as it sits right now, I mean, AMC just the numbers look better. They just do. Wow. That's freaking crazy. I can't believe I never realized that. I think it's because I just never look at GameStop because I'm always so hyper fixated on AMC. But that's nuts. That's honestly crazy. Wow. There we have it. There you have it, man. So there's your update on GameStop. I think it definitely can still squeeze, though. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't cover GameStop. There's no reason for me to tell you otherwise. You know, I think there's enough people here that are paying attention to it. DTCC005 had information on Hillary Clinton. Oh man. Well, we know those conspiracies. We know those. Hold me, bro. I got you, Biscuit Wolf. I got you. Can you check Ortex for DLPN and HOF V? DLPN. %96 utilization on DLPN. 0% short interest change. Well, it said it down there. The short interest down a little bit. We'll look at HOF V. Up 11% today. Jeez, very heavily shorted today. 97% utilization right now. This looks like another fun play target for sure. Days to cover not very high. Free float on loan decently high. Today seems like it was a big double down day though. They really went to town on shorting this. Wow. Trey, listen, Nope. Terry, you think you're gonna get me, but you didn't do it. Kachiga. I figured it out. Man, the freaking guys out here that try getting me to say this stuff. It's funny because I fall for it all the time. I'm terrible. I always fall for that stuff. All right. You rock, Trey. Only cowards stop their live on red days. No, it's all good, man. I'm chilling. Honestly, guys, I'm not scared of red days. I'm not. This is what I expect. If I'm expecting something, it doesn't freak me out. I expect on a red day to come into a live stream and for people to be hostile towards me. I don't really care. I don't. Because I believe in the stock. I believe in my conviction. I cover this because, look, I'll tell you this right now. People say that I've got no risk involved. And I know it's not just me. It's a lot of YouTubers. I'm generalizing, right? Anybody that covers AMC and GameStop, they say there's no risk involved for them. But what I'll tell you is this. I've had a YouTube channel since December of 2020. I've received one big check from YouTube. One. It was about $70,000, right? That $70,000, I took a large chunk of that, half of it, put it into Webull, and bought into AMC stock, right? The other half of that, I paid off some of my mortgage. I sent off a crap ton of money to my mom. I feed myself, I pay my bills, and I leave a little bit left over for some emergency money, right? I put half my check in AMC. I haven't even received my second, big YouTube check yet. And when I do, I'll tell you what, it's going into AMC. There's risk in the game for me, man. There is. I've only been on YouTube since December, and they don't pay immediately, right? There's a time lag. You don't get that first month until a month afterwards. So there's risk involved, you know? But 100% is. I've got skin in the game. And as often as I can update my position, I keep doing that, you know? A modest, massive chunk. That's what it is. You're going to worry about me selling out, man. I'm not, that ain't it. That ain't it. But anyway, that's enough of that. If we hit 5,000 likes, Trey's going to give Professor Lamp... You want a treat? That's good. That's good. Oh, you made my face red. You're gonna make me cry, man. That was funny. All right, I'm not gonna say anymore. I'm not gonna say anymore. Dang. Oh, jeez. That was good. Check out Josh James' tweet. I did hopefully able to catch that. Hedgies return shares. Does that mean no squeeze? No. So they haven't returned a large amount. They've actually borrowed more than have been returned. I mean, we come back here to AMC and look at this stuff. Look at this. Check this out. You've got 5.48 million total shares borrowed, 685,000 returned, which is a net positive 4.8 million that were borrowed in comparison, right? That's massive. That tells you that this is going up. We're going in the right direction. Going in the right direction, man. Oh, God. That made me laugh. That made me laugh. That made me laugh pretty good. I'm going to be honest. All right. Wanda has been selling shares. So not quite, right? So they have sold, but not as of, you know, as recently as of March, right? February they sold, March they sold. And we're actually going to address this with the CEO himself when he comes on for that interview. So there's no beef between me and Andrew Mo Money. I just laughed because it was a good little joke, you know. That's all it is. Me and Andrew are good. He's doing his own thing. I'm doing my own thing. He covers Reddit, you know, DD very well. He covers technical analysis very well. He's much more active than I am. He live streams a freaking lot, man. I can't live stream for 8 hours a day, so he's got me one up there. You know, very chill vibe, very chill guy. He does his own thing, and I do mine. You know, that's all it is. We're absolutely good, 100%. You should check out NVIV, 19% Fintel interest on shorts. Ugh. Back's a little stiff. All right. NVIV. Yeah, 100% FUD, man. Walrus, you're spot on. Wanda News, FUD. Everything just gets recirculated. The news is so anti-AMC. They find every opportunity possible just to shill the company. It's outrageous. So descending the channel, right? It's being pretty heavily shorted, as you stated, right? 19% Fintel interest on shorts. So this tells, I would explain why it's going down pretty hard. However, if they are warranted, right? If this is a fundamentally weak company, I wouldn't touch it. You want a news catalyst. You want some sort of driver that's going to bring the stock price up down the road, right? So that's what you need here. You really, really, really need a news catalyst, because if this is it's just a ball of kinetic energy sitting on the top of a hill, and until you push it down, it's not going to really do anything. It's just sitting there. It's sitting there waiting to do something, you know. So I would just hold off, you know, unless you know, have you done your DD? Do you know if there's an upcoming news catalyst? Is this a value play? Is this undervalued? Right? Dig into that, and if it is, that's a squeeze potential for sure, man. Straight up. All right, TIRX down 80%. Buy and see what happens. I didn't do it, but if you want to, you can get in for a day and make some cash. Got a little bit of movement now. 18 bucks. It's up from 12, so there's money to be made there, I would say. AMC. I thought I saw somebody in the chat say that Wanda sold today, but I don't see an article. So I'm going to debunk that if that's BS. If it's legit, we'll let people know. The 12th? Nope. Let's read it. They're going to really make me subscribe? Bob Piss. Bob Saget. 1 day ago, February 8th, 19 hours. I don't think so, you know? I think this is honestly just a recap, right? So they sold back in February and March. Just because they wrote the article today doesn't mean they sold today. If you can show me a link that says they did, then I'll take your word for it. But otherwise, I'm going to assume that it's just recapping. AMC selling off after it touched the VWAP. Got rejection there. Down to about $8.65. Harsh downward moving channel. Really getting heavily shorted. It's taking a smack right now. Yeah, you're totally right, Glock 9. That's what I thought too. That's what I thought too, man. All right. How much capital did you start with to be a day trader? So personally, when I started trading, I was a swing trader first and foremost. You can go back and watch my channel, you know, all the way up until I started covering AMC, in which case everything obviously took a halt. But I turned $8,000 into about $45,000, and that's where you know, I sat. So I did pretty well. I think I did that between late December into, I suppose it'd be more fair to say like late November, because I started trading a little bit before I started my YouTube channel. And then into, you know, late January. So 8K into a pretty good chunk, you know, about $45,000. Something like that. But I didn't really day trade that much until, you know, recently. I was more of a swing trader. So I made it off really well on JagX, like a 500% gain. BNGO, we walked off with about 400%. CTRM was another like 400% gainer. We've hit some pretty good runs, you know. I'm very grateful. But I don't do that alone. We do it with the team, you know. A lot of people out there bring me plays. I look at the technical setups. You know, they get different opinions. We make different decisions. And then, you know, you just make money, and that's all it is. So it is what it is. All right, Trey, you stationed in Texas? If so, where at? I'm going to Texas in July. If close, would love to meet up with you. I'm living in I'm close to Texas. I'm close to Texas. So if you want to meet up sometime, feel free to let me know. I definitely be down, man. I'll get you a beer. I'll get you a beer, man. Man, is the SPY selling off? What is going on? We gotta look at this. This is crazy. No, let's do the exact opposite. That's the dumbest thing ever. That doesn't even make sense. Is Microvision and Sensonics going nuts, or are they tanking? Oh, they're just trading sideways. Sideways. Yeah, it's just consolidating. Nothing bad there. Hi Trey, I work for an event festival production company and can help you plan a huge GG event, maybe make it annual. We have connections to AMC. I know you do too, but I love that idea of an event. Can I DM you if interested? Thanks. 100% Grace. 100%. Shoot me a DM, shoot it over to my Twitter, and I will look for, or actually email me. Email me with business transactions, because I check those every day at the very least. I try to get to my DMs on Twitter and Instagram and at least answer a couple people, you know, every couple days or so. But I will definitely get back to you if you email me. I'm going to ask Adam about the share count that will weed out naked shares if and when it took place. I have a very well formulated interview. We've got a lot of questions that were asked by the general public, and that will definitely be one that we address. You can look forward to it. As long as we were able to get to everything that we want to get through, we've got a pretty decent time allotment, and I think that he's going to want to answer as many questions as we possibly can. Hey Trey, like the Model X, but can I get the truck instead? I think it costs less. I'm down for whatever, man. I'm down for whatever. I'm just gonna have a capped out price, you know. We'll figure out the regulations after it's all said and done, but we'll definitely get people hooked up. Just not a Tesla Roadster, you know. I'm not gonna drop 200K, but we'll put down a good chunk, you know. What does the Cybertruck cost? Let's take a look. Price. I don't even know. 39,000. That's not even that bad, honestly. That's not bad. That's about as much as I paid for my Honda CR-V. And then the Tesla Model X. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'd go either. I'd say $100,000 is gonna be my cap. I'll spend 100 grand. You can get whatever car you want as long as it's a Tesla. We'll take care of you. All right. When's the interview? It will be this week. This week, 100%. Do you think the algorithm trading around AMC and the sell walls is legal? It is. They don't do it during the after hours or the pre-market though. 100%. 100%, man. NNDM cash on hand almost matching market cap. Crazy. Dude, Nano Dimensions is such a value play right now. It is ridiculously undervalued. This is outrageous. It's so outrageous. I mean, let's look at this. Look at their financials, their balance sheets, right? If we look at their annual balance sheets, and let's just look at their total assets. $22.86 million. We're going to look at their cash flow and see what they've got. Net income. I want to find their cash on hand. Let's see where this is. Looking. I can't read the print this small. Come on. Well, I'll tell you this. You know, I trust your research. I don't know the exact number, but what I will say is this is a value play. Now, where are you looking at in terms of technical support lines? You know, you've got a bottom right here at about 678, so it may end up testing that. Triple top right here at 678. If it bounces off that, that's a big, big, big buy. Looks good. Looks real good, man. I dig it. For sure. All right. What is, I'd like to know your opinion on my call on plug. $34 strike price for this Friday. What's your take? I think it'll, let's see how the energy sector is going right now. Nah, I don't necessarily like it. It's in a downward moving channel, man. It looks pretty rough. It would take a crazy news catalyst to get that moving. It's a gamble. What is AMC doing right now? Oof. 856. Let's look at the short share availability. See if it's changed at all. Keep in mind, this is not giving you the entire picture. This is off of limited exchanges, but it does say it was 900,000 as of 5 hours ago. So it has not been updated in quite some time. I don't know if iBorrow Desk could have anything different. It says 900,000. Which is really, honestly, these numbers are so confusing because look at this, right? 900,000 total short share availability, but the short interest continuously goes up throughout the day. It's up 3.6%, and you've got 5.48 million more total shares borrowed. Only 738,000 returned. The numbers don't seem to line up. They don't. It's really, really strange. I don't get that, which is why I've really not been looking a lot at iBorrow Desk or FinTel lately, because this is honestly the most trustable information to me is Ortex. I pay, about $500 a year to have this give me some good relevant information, which is really confusing. I think it's really hard to say. What I will say is this: total endable shares available, very low. That doesn't necessarily mean they're all going to be shorted, but it means that it's going to be a hard to borrow stock. It's got to already be a hard to borrow stock. I mean, you can't even short it on Webull. You can't. 100%. Cap C, my only green stock. Wow, that looks a lot like AMC right now. Holy crap. That's like the exact same. What is this? Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. That isn't a coincidence. Look at this. Cap C, AMC. Those are the exact same chart. Oh, that's because it was AMC. Ah, what a guppy move, man. That was a guppy move. Funny as heck, dude. Well, that'll happen. What do you do? Anywho, it looks pretty solid. I don't mind it. You've got bounce off of, I wouldn't even quite call it a trend yet, to be honest with you. What I will say is it broke out of this really harsh downward moving channel, right? Broke out of that wide range candle bar. You get a full 1 hour candle confirmation that's open and closed above that. And now it's riding on an ascending level of support, right? Major level of resistance to watch for. You need to see a break over This right here, you see a candle wick touch, candle wick touch, candle wick touch, 3 touch points at least is what you're looking for to indicate a level of resistance or support. I do need sleep. You guys are right. You guys are right. That's funny as hell. Oh man. My sleep schedule's messed, man. It's really goofy. I went to bed at like 6 this morning and got up at 10. 4 hours is about all I need, but I just need to be more consistent. It's really tough. It's tough, but it looks good. So watch for a break over $2.13. If it gets it, I wouldn't be surprised with a retest of $3. Explain AMC for us. What's going on right now? It's being shorted. It's being shorted. There's no other explanation. I mean, it's either that or people are selling, you know, which I would be inclined to say people aren't really doing. We know that people are holding the stock, you know. George Sherman is leaving the CEO position of GameStop. Really? Did that just come out? Ooh. Ooh. Honestly, I think if they really want to rebrand the company, it makes sense, you know? I don't disagree. I think they're looking to revitalize the company and make it something new, you know? 100%. For sure. All right. BRQS, 100% utilization rate, 40% fee. What do you think about support and resistance? I'll give you a quick rundown, and I'll show you exactly how I find it. It's so easy, guys. I'm telling you. You guys can figure this out as well. It's really, really easy. So check this out. 6 month. Right? When you're looking for a level of support or level of resistance, there's the 3 touch points to signify that it is a respected level. And the more touch points that you have, the stronger the level is, right? So just looking at this eyeballing right now, it's okay to bring it down so it's not absolutely touching the exact wick on each candle, but you want as many touch points as you can get. And you want to favor the most recent touch points before the previous touch points, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different wick touches, right? This is a signified level of resistance. It's got a lot of touch points over a long period of time. On the flip side, you've got all these 3 touch points here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is a signified level of support, and it is hugging that right now. You can see there's a candle wick, a bottoming tail on that level of support. On the flip side, you can do the same thing with descending or ascending levels of support and resistance, right? At least 3 touch points, you in fact get them. And now you see that there's a convergence, right? If you were to continue for another 5 days, you're going to see either a hard break, and I guarantee, I can't guarantee anything, but I will say with pretty high certainty that you will either A, see a hard break over this descending level of resistance, or B, a hard break underneath this lateral level of support, right? Look for touch points. It's that easy. That's all that you need to do. Watch Rainer Teo, man. This guy is an absolute wizard. This is where I learned literally everything. This stuff is, I'm telling you, if you learned algebra, you can learn technical analysis. Like, I was not that smart of a guy, and I can figure this stuff out, so I promise you guys can. This is the guy, the man, the myth, the legend. He actually sent me a book. I was very grateful for that. So shout out to Rainer Teo for teaching me everything I know. This guy is the absolute legend. And we did hit market close. AMC, what do we finish off at for the day? Let's take a quick peeky weeky. And now look at this. You see it. Bam. If you were watching this live stream for the last 3 hours, you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say the after hours comes and the level 2s diminish, disappear, gone, just like that. Never fails. It never fails. That tells you the whole freaking story, guys. After hours hits and AMC's level 2s gone. No ask walls, no penny by penny spreads. This is normal stuff right here. What happens during the regular market hours? Who knows the hell that is, but it ain't this. I'll tell you that right now. Goofy. Believe in the stock that believes in you. You got it, man. Thank you to J-Lo. Appreciate that. People aren't hostile toward you because it's a red day. They're hostile because you won't start an OnlyFans. Man, I regret so much taking off my freaking hoodie. I'll never forget. Never forget. 100%. All right, yo Trey, I'm gonna finish off with Aron M, and then I'm gonna call this for the live stream. I've got some stuff that I want to do to get ready for my interview with Adam Aron. So we're gonna wrap this up at about 3 hours or so. If you guys would not mind dropping a like on the way out, it really does help the channel out a lot. That would mean a lot to me. I will take a look at LGHL really quick. LGHL, we got Lion Group Holdings. What do we got rocking here on the 3 month? It is kind of trading sideways. I would say this kind of looks like a Hyliion, you know, where it bounces back and forth between support and resistance. So if you look at this, you know, in the grand scheme of things, what you got rocking, well, you've got quite a few touch points here at about, you know, $3, quite a few touch points here at about $5. So you could rinse and repeat this play over and over and over. I mean, you know, with small exceptions where it dips below, but if you're willing to hold it for a couple days, if it does end up dipping below that or average down, you can rinse and repeat this play quite a few times and make some good cash for sure. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? It says, made you... Oh, that's a funny name. I dig that. I dig that. Well, probably... I don't know. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck couldn't chuck wood? Probably none. Yeah. If he could chuck wood, a modest chunk. A modest chunk, you know? Pretty good chunk. Thank you to McKean. And Aaron says, Motley Fool issues a rare all-in alert on Trey's OnlyFans. God, I really wish I never... God, Bob Saget, man. God, where does this come from? Where does this come from? Who knows? Whatever, it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, guys, I really appreciate everybody tuning in for this live stream. I absolutely appreciate it. I hope that you guys are all chilling, that you're resting easy, you had a good day. I love doing these live streams with you guys. I love chatting, looking at different tickers, answering any questions, having a conversation, you know, the whole 9 yards. So I'm very appreciative to the Gorilla Gang, all the apes, the gorillas, orangutans, everybody out there who rocks with me. It's very much appreciated. You know, it does mean a lot. So I'll catch you guys all in the next live stream. We'll be on tomorrow as long as the Adam Aron interview does not interject with my planned schedule. So guys, watch out for that. I will be back, but I appreciate it immensely. So you guys have a good one. Take it easy. Catch y'all in the next live stream. Peace and love, my friends, my family, my fellow Gorilla Gang, and later.